Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto awakens the Rinnegan at the Valley of the End. Before I start, please support for more amazing content, and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by Coherent Truth and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. October 10th, to some people, it may have been the best and worst day of their lives. It had been good, because the Yandames stopped the Kyuubi finally, and ended the week of terror and death. However, it was also the worst day of their lives when they saw how many of their fellow comrades and also their beloved leader, the fourth Hokage's body hadn't been found, placing fear into the people's hearts that Orochimaru, one of the legendary Sannin and the biggest traitor of Konoha, had taken the body somehow, and used it for his experiments. At least they hoped Orochimaru didn't take Minato's body, or else they may have an army of little Minatos running around wreaking havoc to Konoha. Little did the people know, there was one more thing that made it the worst day of their lives, but the Sandaime Hokage, who just stepped back out of retirement, was hiding something about a certain baby that was in his care, the baby called Uzumaki Naruto. He knew that Minato had sealed the Kyuubi into his own son, and he also knew that he shouldn't tell the people of Konoha, since he had a hunch that they wouldn't treat young Naruto like a hero as the Yandaime wanted, so he decided to only tell the council. In the council room, Honorable Council, I have requested this meeting today to discuss the matter of Uzumaki Naruto here, Sarutobi Hiruzen said, looking towards the bundle of joy in his arms. In my arms. What importance does that little pup have that needs to be discussed with the council? The Kyuubi just attacked and everyone has experienced losses. We all need to rebuild our property. Inuzuka-tsum said, initiating the discussion. Well, there are two reasons. First, Minato Namikaze, the recently deceased fourth Hokage, actually defeated the Kyuubi by sealing it into his son, who I am holding now, with Shikifuin. The aged shinobi said, and just like he anticipated, most of the council went into an uproar. Screams like kill the hell spawn, or kill the demon while it's weak, and many other sadistic outbursts. No! Naruto is not a demon, he is just a jailer for the demon. Let me put it this way. If you pour water into a glass, does the glass automatically become the water? Answer me. No, Hokage-sama, it does not. Aburame Shibi said. And if you break the glass, what happens to the water? The Sandaime said, calming down. The water spills out, Hokage-sama, wetting everything in the range of the water. This time, it was Hyuga Hayashi who said this. So if we kill Naruto, who is the glass, the water, which is the Kyuubi, will spill out, meaning it will escape its current confinement, and then it will wet everything in range, meaning it will finish off Konoha because there is no longer another fourth Hokage, or anyone who could stand up to it now, Hayashi said, sending a glare to the council members who wanted to kill the child. Kill the child and you will be killing Konoha, Hokage-sama. I offer the Hyuga clan's full support and protection to Naruto. I will offer the Aburame's support and protection to Naruto as well. Shibi said in a monotone. Killing Naruto would just be like killing one of my pups if it was born with a disorder. I will offer the Inuzuka's support and protection to the Yandaime's son. We second that, Hokage-sama. We will not allow the destruction of Kyuubi blind us when judging Naruto. Minato was a dear friend of ours, and also Hayashi, Shibi and Sums. We, the Inoshikacho trio, will offer our clan's support and protection to Naruto. Inoichi, Shikaku and Chusa said, bringing a wide smile to Sarutobi. No! Why can't you see that that thing in the Hokage's arms is a demon hellspawn and should be killed right now? The Kyuubi will break free if we don't kill it while it's weakened. One ugly and extremely annoying pink-haired banshee screamed, and immediately everyone winced at the volume of her voice. So you're declaring war on the Hyuga, Aburame, Inuzuka, Yamanaka, Nara, Kimichi clans? The 6 clan heads said simultaneously, glaring at one frightened Hiruno Mishi. I agree with Mishi. That demon brat must die. Uchiha Fugaku said, glaring at the new allies of Naruto. Don't you trust the fourth Hokage? Do you distrust the Yandaime so much that you think the Kyuubi is going to break a seal that is powered by the Shinigami? Sarutobi returned a glare of his own towards Fugaku, which was laced with some intense killing intent, shutting up the Uchiha immediately. How about this, Hokage-sama? Danzo said with malice. I shall recruit Naruto into Root and train him to be the ultimate weapon in Konoha. We could use him to conquer the rest of the villages and gain power beyond our wildest dreams. He will also be discarding his useless emotions. Although Danzo's idea is tempting, it may also be dangerous if he turns on us. I think we should just lock it up until it dies, Kohara said with a nod from Hamura, the 2 advisors for the Hokage. Also joining the 2 advisors were Hiruno Mishi and Uchiha Fugaku, nodding to show their agreement. Yes, this is acceptable as well. It is good to see that not everyone has lost their sense of justice. Fugaku said arrogantly. I don't care what you think, Uchiha-san, but I am the Hokage and I make the decisions. I, Sarutobi Hiruzen, the Sandaime Hokage of Konohagakure, announced that anyone who knows of Kyuubi being sealed within Naruto is forbidden to speak of it with anyone else. If anyone speaks of this incident, the punishment will be death. Naruto will be living in the Sarutobi compound, and I also offer the support and protection of the Sarutobi clan to Naruto. The meeting is ended. You are all dismissed. There was a murmur from both the Uchiha and Hiruno, but they knew better than to insult the god of shinobi. However, they both had an incoming surprise that wouldn't be pleasant. Just as the Sandaime announced that the meeting was over, Naruto started crying, and as Sarutobi just passed Mishi and Fugaku, the naked Naruto suddenly turned his body in Sarutobi's grip and proceeded to urinate on the Uchiha and pink-haired Banshee. Meanwhile, everyone just stared gaping like a fish at the scene. It was just so funny that Naruto even began to giggle after he pissed on two of Konoha's clans. One of them was considered equals with the Hyuga, and the other clan was so annoying that it was better to just die instead, listening to their rants and requests and screams. Grrr, that demon/hellspawn must die now. Mishi and Fugaku both yelled at the same time and lunged towards Naruto, headbutting into each other, and causing even more laughter. Meanwhile, Sarutobi just smirked and shunshined to the Sarutobi compound, where he found an old crib for Naruto to sleep in. But first, he cleaned the crib to get rid of the cobwebs and dust. Once he cleaned the little bed for Naruto, he gently lay Naruto down and carried the crib towards his own room, so it would be easier if Naruto needed anything, like a milk bottle or a diaper change. Once Naruto fell asleep, Sarutobi went to bed as well, making sure he didn't make any sound to wake Naruto. Don't worry, Naruto. I will protect you no matter what. Sarutobi thought, and fell asleep, not knowing what will come in the future. 6 years later, Sarutobi Hiruzen was currently rubbing his temples. He could not help but think how the secret of Naruto and Kyuubi got out to the rest of the town. He had been observing Danzo with his special crystal ball, but he could not find anything that Danzo did to leak out the information regarding the Kyuubi's sealing. Minato, what would you do now? Your son is hated by the village you died fighting for. I wish for you to rest in peace. The old-timer sighed. Meanwhile, in a different part of the village, a young blonde boy was currently being chased by 2 Chunin and 3 Genin, who were told by a Jounin that if they slay the monster they'll be seen as heroes within Konoha and would be rewarded greatly. Sadly, it would not be the same for Naruto, since if he wanted to live, he'd probably have to take the lives of the 5 ninja that were chasing him, and if not, he dies. Running away swiftly as his attackers descended upon him from all angles, he turned abruptly and headed towards an empty alleyway. Chasing him into the alleyway, the 5 shinobi got into an attack formation and all took out kunai, throwing them at Naruto, hoping that they could just quickly kill him and get the rewards they desired, but their hope was misplaced. Naruto dodged every kunai that they threw at them with experience, since he had been attacked for an unknown reason. Damn it! Stay still, you demon brat. Let us kill you and we shall be known as the heroes of Konoha. The Chunin said and started doing a series of hand seals. Katon, Gakaku no Jutsu! And a large fireball suddenly erupted from the Chunin's mouth and started heading towards Naruto, burning his left arm and leg slightly because Naruto had dodged a second too late. Hold still, you demon! Why can't you just die like everyone wants you to? One of the genin said and threw multiple kunai and shuriken at Naruto, which cut his arms and legs, but didn't get embedded into his flesh. Why? Why does everyone hate me? Aji-san doesn't hate me. Why does everyone want me to die? I've done nothing wrong. Naruto cried out, softly sobbing. Everyone hates you because you're a demon. Now just die. Katon, Gakaku no Jutsu, the other Chunin said, and another fireball which was roughly equivalent to the fireball that was launched at him before. Naruto froze at the Chunin's comment. Am I really just a demon like everyone else says? Should I just die so these 5 can be heroes of Konoha? Suddenly, everything turned black. What? Where am I? What happened to that big fireball that the Chunin spat out of his mouth that was heading towards me? What about Naruto was cut off when 2 big eyes suddenly appeared in the darkness, eyes that had a total of 4 concentrated circles around the pupil. You are in your own mind. You have awakened the transcendent bloodline, the Rinnegan, which is the 2 eyes that you see now. The voice answered. You can read my mind? How? Naruto asked. Our minds were intertwined at birth. This is how I can read your mind. What do I do now then? I'm about to get killed in reality by a giant fireball if you haven't noticed. No need to worry. No time has passed in the real world. The voice answered. You will die if you don't do something soon. Wait. You said I awakened a transcendent bloodline? Which are the 2 eyes that I see now? What do I do with them? Naruto asked. The Rinnegan is an extremely powerful bloodline if you use it properly, but it will be very challenging. However, what you see now is the final form of the Rinnegan. This is shown by having a total of 4 concentrated circles around the pupil. You will only have 1 circle around yours, but that will be enough to protect you against those ninja that are trying to kill you. The voice said. Let me warn you before you wake up, you need to act carefully. The Rinnegan is sentient, and during its first stage, it might force you to kill needlessly. I don't mind killing anyone that tries to kill me first. I hold no more love for this village besides a handful of people. Do you know why most of the people hate me so much? Naruto said. I am sorry, but you'll need to find out yourself. Now go! The fireball is getting closer and closer. I thought you said no time passes in my mind? Naruto asked. No. If you stay in your mind long enough, time passes in the real world. But it's minuscule unless you stay in your mind for a long time. Now get out! And with a shout, a wave of compressed chakra came from the eyes and forced Naruto back into reality, where he last saw a burst of red and blue and blacked out. Kakashi, or Inu as his Umbu codename, had just finished an A-rank assassination mission, killing an A-rank missing nin from Suna. He had just been on his way towards the Hokage's tower, when he saw that there was 2 chunin and 3 genin chasing after a 6-year-old boy. But that boy wasn't like any other kid. He had the QB sealed within him, meaning he probably had the most potential out of the entire village. But that doesn't mean that the people of Konoha would actually like him. Kakashi had heard in the Umbu lounge that Uzumaki Naruto had the demon QB sealed within him at birth. Kakashi had always thought that even though the 4th Hokage was possibly the strongest ninja in the world at his prime, but he still thought that it was nearly impossible for someone to defeat the strongest of all Biju. He decided to follow Naruto secretly, and just in case that he might die. He was not as shallow as the other villagers or ninja, and saw Naruto for who he really was, a 6-year-old boy that was being punished for something he didn't do. Kakashi saw that Naruto ran into an empty alleyway that was a dead end from the Umbu's point of view, but Naruto didn't know that. He saw that the 5 assailants were throwing multiple kunai at Naruto, which he dodged with an unknown skill. He must be used to dodging dangerous weapons hurled at him from experience. Poor kid, Kakashi thought, and watched as a chunin fired a medium-sized fireball at Naruto, which made his blood boil. He then saw the second fireball that was headed towards Naruto. This time, Naruto was just frozen there, and as the fireball got closer and closer, Kakashi could see that Naruto's eyes had changed. A concentrated circle had suddenly popped out of both his pupils and surrounded his pupils. The Umbu captain then saw Naruto proceeded to dodge the fireball with great speed and picking up a kunai on the ground and sprinted towards his attackers. Kakashi widened his eyes in surprise and quickly shunshined down with a kunai drawn, in order to protect Naruto from the horrors of killing at such a young age. Please let me make it in time. I don't know why I waited to observe what Naruto would, instead of just protect him from the start. Unfortunately, Kakashi was too late, as Naruto had caught one of the chunin by surprise and slit his throat, spraying blood over Naruto's chest and face. The young Jinchuriki then turned towards the other chunin and genin, who were scared out of their wits at the 6-year-old radiating killing intent. As Naruto ran towards the remaining 4 shinobi, Kakashi suddenly appeared behind him and gave Naruto a swift chop on the back of the neck, knocking Naruto out and disappearing all in one motion. The last thing the 4 attackers heard was the words that put fear into their souls. You 4 can spend the rest of your lives in Ibiki's interrogation room, Kakashi said as he headed towards the Hokage's tower. In the meantime, Sarutobi Hiruzen, known as the god of shinobi, was being defeated by paperwork. If only I could find a way to beat paperwork. It'll be the cause of my death if I don't appoint another successor soon. Sarutobi thought as he sighed, and repeatedly signed, read over or discarded paperwork. Suddenly, Kakashi appeared and Sarutobi felt relieved that he could take his eyes off paperwork for at least a while. Hokage-sama, it has gotten worse. I just witnessed 2 chunin and 3 genin trying to kill Uzumaki Naruto, because they were told that they would be the heroes of Konoha and would be rewarded. Ina said, What? Is Naruto hurt? What is the extent of his injuries? Sarutobi sighed. I fear that I cannot do anything about Danzo and his Rudumbu. He is very cunning and smart, and I do not have solid proof that he and his supporters have been telling the town that the Kyuubi is sealed in Naruto. Also, I believe Naruto has a bloodline in the form of a Dijitsu. Kakashi said, No. It shouldn't be possible. Both Minato and Kushina didn't have any kind of bloodline whatsoever. Sarutobi said, Are you sure, Hokage-sama? I saw his eyes. They grew a concentrated circle around both his pupils. Even I have never heard or seen of a Dijitsu like that. The Umbu captain said and could see that the Sandaime was a little bit distressed. No, it couldn't be. Sarutobi said, What is it, Hokage-sama? Do you know of it? Yes. It is called the Rinnegan, which was only heard of in myths. It is rumored that the Ridoku Sannin, creator of the ninja world, had the Rinnegan as well. It is a transcendent bloodline which manifests in random people that are destined to do great things. Hiruzen said, Incredible. Do you know what its powers are? No. Not even I do not know much about the legendary Rinnegan, but when I was in my prime, I heard rumors that it possessed incredible power and was able to manipulative all 6 elements. The 3rd Hokage said, Impossible. I thought there were only 5 elemental manipulations, wind, water, fire, lightning and earth. Kakashi replied, No. There are 6. Adding to the 5 elemental manipulations that you said, there is indeed a 6th, gravity. I guess it has something to do with changing the force of gravity within a certain range. That's extraordinary. He could make the gravity around him constantly weighing him down in order to increase his normal speed. Kakashi said, and a yawn broke their conversation. Hey Aji-san, how did I get here? Last thing I remember was talking to 2 huge eyes. Naruto stretched. Wait, what happened to those 5 ninjas chasing me? And why am I sprayed with blood? Oh hey Inu, don't you remember what happened in that alleyway, Naruto? Kakashi asked, surprised that Naruto couldn't remember slitting the chunin's throat. No. All I remember was that I kind of blacked out after the second fireball that the chunin spat out of their mouth. Could you tell me why I have blood on my clothes and face? And what's the Rinnegan? A voice in my mind told me I awakened it, Naruto said, his face remaining neutral and speaking with a monotone. Well, just as the second ball of fire was going to hit you, you moved with great haste and slit the attacker's throat, That's how you got the blood on yourself. I then knocked you out and brought you here, but I did threaten the remaining 4 that they would be in Ibiki's torture cell for eternity. Kakashi said, as for your second question, Naruto-kun, the Rinnegan is a transcendent bloodline, which only manifests in people who are destined to do great things, whether those things are good or bad. To my knowledge, the Rinnegan's power is measured by the amount of concentrated circles around your pupils. You have 1 circle at the moment, Sarutobi said. Also, the Rinnegan allows the user to manipulate all 6 elements, which are fire, lightning, wind, water, earth and gravity. I'm sure there is more to the Rinnegan than what I have just stated, but it will probably come with practice using it. Thanks Aji-san and Umbu-san. Naruto sighed. Aji-san, why does everyone hate me? Did I do something wrong? No, Naruto-kun. I can't tell you now, maybe when you're older. But some people in this village hold grudges because their loved ones are no longer with them. The Sandaime said. So I killed their loved ones or something? I've never killed someone besides today, and I couldn't even remember what happened today. Isn't there a law against harming citizens of Konoha? Naruto cried out. Forgive me, Naruto-kun, but Sarutobi trailed off. But what, old man? But what? Aji-san, I no longer hold any more love for this village. I want to explore the world. Naruto said, crossing his arms. But Naruto, you're only 6. You couldn't possibly defend yourself against bandits, or even rogue ninjas. Kakashi said, how about we make a deal, Naruto-kun? Hiruzen said, clearly saddened at Naruto's actions, but it wasn't Naruto's fault. When you reach the rank of Chunin, I will grant you a pass that will allow you to travel the world, while staying at least somewhat loyal towards Konoha. So Konoha will not be able to make you a missing nin or send Hunter Nin after you. When this happens, you'll be granted Sannin-level travel rights, but nothing else. Also, you must promise that you won't do anything to hurt Konoha as a whole. Deal? Sarutobi said, each word breaking his heart even more. Fine Aji-san, you've got a deal. However, as long as the Hokage remains a precious person of mine, I will not hurt Konoha. However, if any Konoha shinobi try and attack me during my travels, I will not hesitate to retaliate. Naruto said, that's acceptable, Naruto. Now how about we go to that ramen store that you like so much? The Sandaime said, and Naruto's eyes showed a little bit of happiness. But let's get you some new clothes first. Uchiha compound. Hey Anai-san. You promised to teach me a jutsu today. A chibi Sasuke said. Poking Sasuke's forehead with his index and middle finger, Itachi said, forgive me Sasuke, not today. I have a meeting with some jounin today, and I can't be late. You always have some sort of excuse. Humph, Sasuke pouted. Maybe another time, Sasuke. Why don't you ask father if he can show you the seals for the Katon, Gakaki no Jutsu? I think you're ready to learn it. You do have enough chakra for it. Itachi said, cheering up his Otuto. Okay Aniki. Sasuke said and ran into his father's study, intent on learning a new jutsu. Father, Sasuke walked into the room. Itachi and I-san said that I'm ready to learn the Gakaki no Jutsu and said that you'll show it to me. Can you, father? I really want to learn it. I see that you have enough chakra to perform the jutsu. Very well, come with me to the river. Fugaku said and Sasuke followed obediently. At the river, Fugaku proceeded to show Sasuke the necessary seals for the technique that will allow him to wear the clan symbol of a red and white paper fan proudly. Katon, Gakaki no Jutsu. Fugaku yelled and a large fireball erupted out of his mouth and created shockwaves on the surface of the water, clearly impressing Sasuke. Now you try, Sasuke. Fugaku said as he stepped back and allowed Sasuke to step forward and prove his worth. Sasuke walked towards the riverside and stopped. He breathed calmly. In. Out. In. Out. Performing the correct hand seals, Fugaku heard a cry of Katon, Gakaki no Jutsu, and a small ball of fire barely escaped Sasuke's mouth before the jutsu ended, resulting in Sasuke doubling over to catch his breath. I see. So that's how it is. Maybe both Itachi and I were wrong about you. Sasuke's father said coldly, turning his back on his youngest son and walking back into the house. Damn it. My one chance at showing him that I'm worthy of the Uchiha clan symbol, and I screw it up. Maybe if I keep practicing, he'll notice. Sasuke thought and started the hand seals all over again, and if someone looked at the river near Sasuke's house, they could see a small boy blowing out from tiny balls of fire to streams of flames that came out of his mouth. Meanwhile, Itachi was currently gazing out the window whilst preparing for his meeting. It seems I was correct to choose you, Otuto. You will measure my capacity, Itachi thought and shunshined away, heading towards the Jounin lounge at the Hokage's tower. The Sandaime was currently at Ichiraku ramen stand, which happened to be Naruto's favorite ramen shop, and they loved it when Naruto came. Also, it was one of the few places that could make Naruto a little bit happier, and the owners of the shop didn't discriminate against Naruto. Aji-san. Another bowl please. Naruto said with a grin and immediately another bowl was placed in front of him. You know Naruto-kun, I've been thinking over. Sarutobi said as he took out 2 scrolls out of his Hokage robes. I'm terribly sorry for what the people in Konoha have done to you, so here are some scrolls on chakra control and the hand seals for all ninja which I wrote myself. Thanks Aji-san. I really appreciate what you're doing. Naruto said, although the next sentence was spoken with hatred and malice. However, I don't think you should apologize for idiots. Oh Minato, what would you do if you found out Naruto hated 90% of Konoha? Sarutobi thought. Back at the Uchiha River. Katon, Gakakyu no Jutsu. Sasuke yelled and another ball of fire was blown out of his mouth and caused some mild shockwaves on the surface of the river. I think I've got the hang of it. One more time. Katon, Gakakyu no Jutsu. And a significantly larger fireball was launched at the river. This time the fireball reached about halfway across the river. After the last execution of the Katon, Gakakyu no Jutsu, Sasuke passed out from chakra exhaustion and lay by the riverside. Unknown to Sasuke, his father was watching from a window and saw Sasuke's accomplishment in only one day. You truly are my son. And with that thought, Fugaku made his way towards Sasuke and carried him back home, dropping him on his bed to recover his chakra. If something happens to Itachi, you will certainly make a great heir if you keep this up. Fugaku said as he exited Sasuke's room. Random woods. Naruto had finished eating ramen and made his way to an area of trees where he could practice his chakra control like the scroll said. The first step in chakra control is tree climbing. During this exercise you will have to walk vertically up a tree using chakra to stick your feet onto the tree's bark. Be warned that using too much chakra will crush the bark and using too little chakra will cause you to fall off. Tree climbing, huh? Sounds like fun. Naruto said as he walked towards the closest tree and gathered his chakra at the soles of his feet. Feeling the chakra there, Naruto placed one foot on the tree trunk. Thinking it was stable, he carefully placed his other foot on the tree trunk as well. Thunk. Naruto fell. Naruto stood up and tried again. This time, he stored up more chakra and slowly put a foot on the tree. Feeling it was safe, he put his other foot on the tree and he didn't fall. 1 step. 2 steps. 3 thunk. Naruto fell again. Maybe if I continuously send chakra to the soles of my feet instead of just building up a lot of chakra there, then this might be easier. Naruto thought and immediately put his new idea to work. 1 step. 2 steps. 3 steps. 4 steps. 5 steps. Yes. It worked. Thunk. Damn it. I need to maintain my concentration whilst doing this for it to work. Repeatedly, Naruto kept trying to walk up the tree. 1 step. 2 steps, 20 steps. I can already feel my control improving. It feels a little bit easier to focus chakra to the soles of my feet. One more time. Naruto shouted and focused chakra to his feet for the last time that day. Written on a scroll. Oh! Naruto cried as he fell off the tree. Over the next couple of days, he had been practicing tree climbing most of the time. He had reached the halfway mark, but he found that the higher he got, the harder it was to focus chakra to his feet. That's it. The concentration is proportional to the height of the tree. This makes it harder, so the ninja doing this exercise would have to keep concentrating, and not just slack off. I'll have this done in no time, Naruto thought as he ran towards the tree, gaining momentum to help him ascend the tree. Yes. I've got it. Naruto shouted and his control slipped again, causing him to fall headfirst towards the ground. He quickly realized this, so he moved his legs to the side and focused chakra towards his feet so he could stick on the tree. Phew, that was close, Naruto said and slowly walked down the tree. Once he was on the ground again, he thought about that other scroll the Sandaime gave him. He read it, but he hadn't been able to practice both the henge and kawarimi that was listed in the scroll. Flashback. Inside Naruto's apartment, you could see a small boy reading a scroll. Hand seals are complicated, but not hard to learn. There are 12 hand seals: Nezumi, rat; Ushi, ox; Tora, tiger; Usagi, rabbit; Tatsu, dragon; also Ryo, Hibi, snake; Uma, horse; Hitsuji, ram; Saru, monkey; Tori, bird; Inu, dog; Butao, boar. These 12 seals are used in both ninjutsu and genjutsu. The most basic / academic jutsu are the henge and the kawarimi. The henge changes the user's appearance to whatever they desire, but it can be cancelled with the genjutsu kai. The hand seal for the henge is the ram seal. The kawarimi will substitute the user with another object to avoid damage. If the size of the object is similar to the user, the kawarimi will be easier to perform. The hand seal is also the ram seal. Finally, I can use the henge so those idiots won't start bashing me. However, I'll need to stay away from any ninja that could dispel my henge. Naruto thought. End flashback. Time to work on the henge. Henge! Naruto cried and a puff of smoke enveloped the Jinchuriki. Uchiha compound. Katon, Gakakyu no Jutsu. Sasuke shouted and a stream of fire came out of his mouth and became a large fireball which sent ripples across the river. I see. Fugaku said. You truly are my son. After Sasuke's father said that, Sasuke's mind was immediately transported into a world of happiness. He said I was truly his son. Not that I should be like my brother now I'm considered an adult. Sasuke thought and smiled. Sasuke, I don't want to become like Itachi. Fugaku sighed. Itachi has somewhat distanced himself towards the clan and I fear that he may do something that will cause disaster. The raven-haired boy's eye widened in surprise. Aniki is doing something wrong? Sasuke, my son, keep training and you'll become stronger. I hope you activate your Sharingan soon. Now come with me to the Uchiha library. As a reward I shall allow you to pick one jutsu form it. Fugaku said and walked away slowly. Yes, father. Sasuke said happily and followed his role model to the Uchiha Jutsu library, intent on learning another jutsu that could impress his father. When they arrived at the library, Sasuke immediately ran in towards the Katan Jutsu section. Wow, there is so many to choose from. There's the Katan, Hausenka no Jutsu, the Katan, Ryuka no Jutsu. So many. Sasuke, have you made up your mind? Fugaka said sternly. Yes, father, I picked the Katan, Hausenka no Jutsu. Sasuke yelled happily and took the scroll off the shelf. Random Woods, 3 days later. Henge. A blue-eyed blonde cried and instantly became an exact replica of the Sandaime. Finally! After so many tries, I've finally performed an exact henge, Naruto said as he dispelled the illusion. Kawarimi! Naruto yelled and nothing happened. Damn! I did it correctly yesterday. Kawarimi! A log appeared. Arg! Kawarimi! 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 Finally on the 5th try, the log and Naruto successfully swapped places in a puff of smoke. That's right! One more time! Kawarimi! Naruto shouted and he swapped places with the log once again. Yes. I have finally completed what Aji-san's scroll told me to do. I think I should go back to him and ask for more scrolls. Naruto said. Maybe tomorrow once I've rested. Unknown to Naruto, a 12-year-old Jounin was watching Naruto's training. So the rumors were correct, Naruto has a transcendent bloodline. He will be able to measure Sasuke's power when he chooses to become an Avenger. The Jounin thought. Time skipped 2 years. Over the span of 2 years, Naruto had not learned many new techniques. But he had refined and mastered the ones he knew to a completely different level thanks to the Rinnegan. His henge became a real transformation which could not be dispelled, and his Kawarimi didn't even need hand seals anymore. Also, Naruto's understanding of the Rinnegan had improved so that he had some mastery over the 6 elemental manipulations, especially wind and gravity. Futon, Daitapa no Jutsu. Naruto shouted and a massive gust of wind burst from Naruto's palm and struck a tree, causing bark, leaves and splinters to fly everywhere. Gravity release. Levitation. Naruto yelled and the splinters, the leaves and the bark started floating because Naruto had altered the gravity in a specific range. Good. Time for increasing my chakra capacity and control at the same time. Naruto said and started running up and down a tree. The longer I keep this up, the faster my reserves and control will grow. Naruto thought as he continued running up the tree. As Naruto continued to run, he thought about a new jutsu. If I could somehow increase the gravity during the Futon, Daitapa no Jutsu, I could create a miniature black hole that could draw enemies in by the wind surrounding the event horizon. A few hours later, Naruto was thoroughly exhausted from so much running. I feel like shit right now, but I can also feel more of my chakra and my control is better, Naruto said and rested against a tree. I wonder what other capabilities the Rinnegan possesses. I don't think a transcendent bloodline would only possess the ability to manipulate the 6 elements. There must be something more to the Rinnegan than that. Maybe I should pay Aji-san another visit. He may have some more scrolls for me, Naruto said and walked slowly towards the Hokage Tower whilst enduring the malicious glares from the townspeople. Uchiha compound. Katan, Ryuka no Jutsu. The raven-haired boy shouted and a small stream of fire came out of Sasuke's mouth to burn the bark of the targeted tree. Kyuso, I've been pushing myself ever since Itachi told me that there was a more talented boy than me. Sasuke shouted and performed a Katan, Kakaku no Jutsu to incinerate the same tree that was used for target practice. Flashback. Aniki! Why won't you teach me anything? Sasuke said to his older brother just as Itachi was about to leave to report to the Hokage. Because you need to learn to become stronger on your own, Otuto. I've seen a boy the same age as you and he is stronger than you as well. You should train harder, Itachi said and left. End flashback. I hate whoever stole the attention of Nai-san. Sasuke yelled and began practicing his fire jutsu again. Why can't Aniki notice me for once? Father already acknowledges me. Katan, Ryuka no Jutsu. Katan, Hausenka no Jutsu. Katan, Kakaku no Jutsu. Sasuke shouted in frustration and dropped to knees from using all of his chakra in one burst. Damn it, Sasuke's last words were as he drifted into a deep sleep because of chakra exhaustion. Lucky for him, his mother was just passing by and saw her son on the ground. Sasuke-kun, you've been training too hard again. Mikoto said as she gently piggybacked the 8-year-old towards their home. Hokage Tower. Hey Aji-san. I finished those scrolls you gave me, are there any more? Naruto asked. Wow Naruto-kun, you're learning fast. Did you like the scroll on the 6 elements? Sarutobi asked. Yes Aji-san. I made a gravity jutsu from reading it. Naruto said enthusiastically. I was wondering if I could get a chakra control scroll and a fire jutsu scroll. May I ask why? Hiruzen asked. My Rinnegan, Naruto pointed to his eyes, are basically always active, but I need to focus chakra to my eyes when I want more than the basic abilities. However, when I performed a jutsu, my eyes saw that wasted some chakra, so I want my control to improve. Also, the fire jutsu feeds off the oxygen in the air, so if I mix it with the wind jutsu, it should be stronger. My Naruto-kun, you are getting smarter every day. Sarutobi said as he took out 2 scrolls and tossed them towards Naruto. Here are the scrolls. Thanks, Aji-san, but it's not too difficult to be smarter than the rest of the blind fools in this village. Naruto said coldly and turned away. Curse this village for what it has done to one of our heroes. Oh Minato, how wrong you were. Naruto, for what it's worth, I'm sorry on behalf of the village. Naruto stopped in his tract. Aji-san, I've told you many times that it's not your fault. It's the blasted villagers who can't see past the hatred. The young boy said and walked out the door, and headed towards his secluded training grounds where he would start training to become stronger. Alright, so let's see what's in these scrolls. Naruto said as he opened the blue scroll first. Water walking, huh? And he opened the red scroll. Nice, Katan, Kakashi no Jutsu, he said as he went to find a nearby lake to practice water walking. Opening the chakra control scroll further, he saw the theory behind water walking. Water walking is much harder than tree climbing because the tree has a solid surface. With water, however, it moves constantly, so you must be aware constantly of the chakra at the bottom of your feet. First take it slowly and focus chakra to the bottom of your feet. The chakra needed is more than the tree climbing exercise. Second, take a few steps forward and feel if you are using too much or too little chakra. If you are using too much, then your feet would sink until your ankles are submerged, but the rest of your body would still be above the water. Focusing chakra to his feet with the ram seal, he slowly stepped onto the lake. Remembering to check his ankles, he saw that his ankles were submerged. Well, it's a start. I'm using too much chakra. I think I should use just a little less chakra. Naruto thought and pulled a tiny sum of chakra from his feet. Nothing happened. He pulled another bit of chakra from his feet, and his ankles slowly rose to the surface. Walking across the surface of the water and maintaining the same flow of chakra each step, Naruto found that water walking was easier than tree climbing to him. Maybe it's because I have more chakra, Naruto said as he started a slow jog on the water, make small ripples each step. The next few days were Naruto water walking as well. With each step he took, he found walking across water was probably the most fun he's had in 2 years. Naruto gave a little smile to himself and started running across the lake, zigzagging to further enhance his chakra control and see his limit. After his exciting training exercise, Naruto found himself exhausted from all the usage of his chakra, so he slowly dragged himself towards his apartment lying on his soft bed and went to sleep rather quickly. Drip. 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 Naruto found himself in a sewer-like place, with water flowing up to his ankles and a huge gold gate with a paper that said seal at the middle, where there was a keyhole. Drip. 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 Where am I? Naruto said. You are in your mind, kiddo. A voice said behind him. What? Wait, Naruto said as the man behind him slowly came into view. His blonde hair, blue eyes and a cloak saying Yondaime Hokage of Konoha, you're the 4th Hokage, why are you in here? He's not the only one, darling. Another voice said from behind the bars. So who are you? Naruto said. I am the Kyuubi. The voice said as it came into view and sent a blast of red chakra at Naruto, making him flinch. He saw 2 giant eyes with a black slit in the middle and 9 gigantic tails waving. Kushina-chan, when will you ever learn not to frighten our son? The Yondaime said to Kushina. Sorry. The Kyuubi morphed into a human form. It was just too tempting to prank our little son. She giggled as she walked through the bars and the Yondaime put his arms around her waist. Don't worry, Naruto, she was just pranking you. After all kitsune are pranksters, he said. Call me Namikaze Minato, or Dad. This here is he didn't get to finish off his sentence. Uzumaki Kushina. She giggled at her son's expression. Or the Kyuubi no kitsune. You're my parents? I thought the Kyuubi, Naruto had trouble acknowledging her as his mother. Died when you killed her, Naruto said, missing the looks of sadness on both Minato's and Kushina's faces when Naruto didn't say mom or dad. Well, it wasn't Kushina-chan's fault for attacking Konoha. But when she did, I knew something was wrong, so I sealed both Kushina-chan and I into you, so we could at least be with you until you die. Minato said. Kushina-chan, why don't you tell him your story? It started when I battled the Hachibi. I won, but he left an injury that got infected, and drained my everlasting strength. I then transformed myself into a normal-looking fox. But the injury was still there, so I wandered slowly until I found Minato-kun, your father, camping in the woods, and he seemed like a nice person, so I tried to ask for help. He then healed me and found out 3 things about me. I'm a prankster, I'm ticklish, and I love ramen, and it was after I was healed that I transformed into a human form, which is this, she pointed at her body. And we fell in love. All was well until my kitsune body got sealed into the fire shrine, but I was allowed my human form, so once again I sought out Minato, and I knew he was in Konoha. I then fabricated a story telling the gate guards that I was from Whirlpool and that I carry an urgent message to a Namikaze Minato, she giggled. And then I fell pregnant with you, Naruto-kun. But on the last day of my pregnancy, when you were being born, Uchiha Madara, she said with disdain, broke the seal on the fire shrine and unleashed my Kyuubi no Kitsune body. At that time, my mind was in this human body, so I basically had no control over my other body, since Madara used his eternal Manjiki Sharingan to somehow fuse with my fox body for a short period of time, and started destroying Konoha. Just after I gave birth to you, Minato-kun took me and you to battle Madara, who has controlled my kitsune body, and I fused back with my Kyuubi body. So I did something that even frightened Madara. I took away his eternal Manjiki Sharingan and blinded his left eye, causing him extreme pain, and he then used a space/time jutsu to teleport away into hiding. It was then that Minato knew Konoha had to be saved, so he sealed both of us into you so we could spend the rest of your life together with our son, you, Kushina said, embracing her son. What we didn't count on are the villagers ignoring my dying request. I asked Sandaime to tell the villagers that I had defeated Kyuubi by sealing her into you, and should be seen as a hero. I didn't think it would come to this, Naruto's father said sadly. Then where the hell have you two been for the first 7 years of my terrible life? Naruto shouted in his mother's embrace. I've been beaten and harassed countless times, but never have you contacted me while I was in a near-death state. No, Naruto-kun. Please don't think about it like that. Your father and I love you very much. Kushina yelled at Naruto, then explained. Naruto said, Look son, we know we were wrong by not contacting you earlier, but we've talked to you now. Can't you just forgive us? Minato started shouting as well. Naruto didn't respond. Please Naruto-kun. Just please forgive us. We're so sorry, and we didn't realize how broken you were. Please baby, forgive us. Kushina started crying and hugging Naruto even firmer than before. Okay mom, dad, Naruto whispered out quietly, not missing the looks of pure joy on both his parents' faces after being acknowledged as a mother or father. Also, if Kyuwelshi's my mom, then how come I don't have a tail or ears? Naruto asked. You are a Hanyu, which is a half-demon. You do have ears and a tail, but I decided to take them away at birth, because the villagers would just hate you even more if you had fox attributes. Kushina said. Tails and ears? Naruto exclaimed. When you do unlock them, is there a genjutsu to cover them up? Of course. Kushina said, smiling after the results of their prior shouting. We Kitsune are born with the ability to take any form at will, but since you're a Hanyu, your henge became a real transformation. And what about my eyes? The Rinnegan? Naruto asked, pointing to his ripple-like eyes. You are a chosen one, son. The Rinnegan is a transcendent bloodline that only manifests in people who are destined for great things. And I see that you've already created a gravity jutsu, very impressive for someone your age, and water walking too. Minato said proudly. You make us proud, Naruto. I also saw the deal you made with the Sandaime. Kushina said, and Naruto stiffened in her embrace. Don't worry, I don't blame you. I just hope that you won't seek revenge on Konoha. Naruto's mom sighed. Don't worry mom, it was getting easier and easier to say. I won't seek revenge, but I will retaliate if they attack me first. Naruto said in his mother's embrace. Naruto, maybe it's time for you to go back into the real world. Don't worry, we'll create a mental link between us, so just think about what you want to say and we'll know it, Minato said. No! I don't want to go. Let me stay here. Naruto cried out and hugged his mother firmer. My poor baby. He's been lonely for 8 years and he suddenly has parents. I guess he's never felt the warmth of a mother's hug before. I can't blame him for stay longer though. Kushina thought sadly. He's got a broken mind from all those acts of hatred and violence towards him. I guess if I had a mother I would want to feel a mother's warmth too. Minato thought. Don't worry Naruto-kun, we'll always be here with you. Don't be afraid of those evil villagers. Kushina whispered into Naruto's ear and kissed him on the forehead, sending all the fears away. Is this how a son feels when a mother sends all their fears away? Naruto said quietly, and loosened his arms so both mother and son could get out of their long hug. I'm going to go now. Naruto said as he woke up in the real world. Meanwhile Minato was pouting. Finally he gets out of the hug. I want to hug you, he said, and Kushina laughed. Real world. Waking up with a yawn, Naruto sat up. Was that just a dream? A figment of my own desires? Was that really how a mother's hug felt? Yes. A voice said in his head. Huh. It was a dream? How come I hear the same voice in my head? Naruto was smart, but he was also very naive. No son, it was real. This is own mental link. Just think what you want to say to us and we'll know. You're fat. Naruto thought. Did you hear that? Naruto said out loud. Unfortunately yes. Minato said. Hee, your father is pouting in your mind, Naruto-kun. Naruto's mom said whilst giggling. So what should I do today? Do you guys know how to make my Rinnegan stronger? Naruto thought. I'd say you should increase the gravity of around you, so it'll function like weights. You'll get faster very quickly. To make the Rinnegan stronger, you'll have to focus a lot of chakra to your eyes and make the chakra stay there. Then you should just keep dragging chakra towards your eyes and just do whatever you do every day. I think the Rinnegan gets stronger when the user gets stronger, but always focus chakra there. It will increase your chakra capacity as well. Naruto mom said. Good idea. Naruto thought as he walked towards his usual training grounds. Uchiha Forest. Do we have an agreement? A man said. Yes, sensei. I shall massacre the Uchiha clan and you will hold up your end of the bargain. A 13-year-old boy said. Of course, Itachi-kun. As long as you annihilated the Uchihas besides you and me, I will not attack Konoha. Then we have an agreement, Madara-sensei. Itachi said and disappeared into a flock of ravens. 2 days ago, the blood soaked the earth and polluted the air. The bodies were lying on the ground with either shuriken or kunai stuck in them. A 13-year-old boy was currently killing the Uchiha clan swiftly. One by one, the victims slowly descended towards the crimson-stained dirt, sending clouds of dust and dirt particles into the air. Whilst this was all happening, an 8-year-old child was just walking back from preschool ninja training and was suddenly hit with the horrid odor of blood. Adding pace to his steps, the young raven-haired boy ran towards his family compound, only to see the dead corpses of his whole family. No! Mother, father, and Ikki. Sasuke thought and sprinted to his house, only to catch the sight of his older brother heartlessly chopping off his father's head and stabbing his mother. Sasarun Mikoto gasped out as Itachi slit her throat with a kunai. Nisan, why? Why did you do this? Father, mother, they're dead. All because of you. Sasuke screamed out with hatred and malice. It was to measure my capacity, Itachi said with no emotion as he threw a shuriken towards his little brother's left shoulder, cutting it and making him wince in pain. You are weak, you lack hatred. I'll show you. Sasuke yelled and charged towards his brother, intent on taking out his anger on the one person that killed his family. Foolish, Itachi said as he punched Sasuke in the stomach, making him spit out saliva and blood towards the ground. Then Itachi delivered a roundhouse kick that launched Sasuke across the room, hitting the wall. Tsukuyomi, the killer said, and the Tomo and his Sharingan connected together, forming a triple-blade windmill shuriken that brought confusion into Sasuke's eyes. What type of Sharingan is that? Sasuke thought as he was suddenly transported into some kind of other dimension, which showed the Uchiha compound without so much blood. What's going on? Where am I? Sasuke thought. This is Tsukuyomi, one of my Manjikyu Sharingan's techniques. In this world I control both space and time, here I am God. Itachi said, for the next 72 hours, you will repeatedly watch me massacre the Uchiha clan. And then the bodies suddenly appeared. Countless Uchihas had been murdered by the genius of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Itachi. No! Make it stop! Mother, father! Auntie! Uncle! No! Sasuke cried out, and started sobbing sadly. Suddenly, everything disappeared, and what Sasuke saw was once again the Uchiha compound without so much blood. Then, the images then started showing again. 71 hours, 59 minutes and 59 seconds to go. Itachi said, and the images began again, and the only thing that was heard was Sasuke's screaming in hatred, sadness and depression. Hokage Tower, Inu, what is Uchiha Sasuke's status? Sarutobi said, I'm afraid he's suffering from mental stress. Although he has woken up a few times, the genjutsu that Itachi put him in would have probably changed Sasuke's personality. When he woke up, he said something about avenging his family and getting power to become stronger to kill Itachi. Kakashi said, I fear for Sasuke's mental health. The genjutsu Tsukuyomi that Itachi put him in allowed him to make Sasuke experience the whole Uchiha massacre again over and over. I found in Mu Old Sensei Shodame's notes that the Tsukuyomi is a very powerful genjutsu that can only be used after one has obtained the Manjikyu Sharingan, which is obtained by killing the person that is closest to you. I suspect that Itachi was behind the drowning of Uchiha Shursui that happened over 2 weeks ago. The Sandame said, what would you like me to do, Hokage-sama? The Umbu captain said, I want you to get all Umbu teams and guard the perimeter of the village to ensure that Itachi does not return to Konoha to finish the job. Hiruzen said, as you wish, Hokage-sama. Kakashi said and disappeared into a poof of smoke. Sasuke's mind, if you wish to kill me, Ototo, then you must seek out the Manjikyu Sharingan. With it, you stand a chance of killing me. However, if you obtain it, then there will be a total of 3 people who can use the Manjikyu. Itachi said, hate me, curse me, and loathe me. Run away and cling to your pathetic life. You aren't even worth killing. You're just a coward. Let your hatred grow and power yourself. The next time we meet, I shall see for myself if your hatred has grown to my expectations, he said as he threw multiple kunais at Sasuke's feet, causing him to lose balance and trip over the present, random woods. Naruto was currently developing a new jutsu that allowed him to alter the gravity within a certain area. However, it came with many difficulties. 1. It was much harder than the gravity release, levitation. 2. He couldn't get the gravity right. 3. The techniques demanded a constant flow of chakra to the area that would be affected by the jutsu, so it would be near suicidal if Naruto went to sleep with the jutsu on. Gravity release, heavy compression. Naruto said and immediately felt the effects of his jutsu. His legs were at least 3 times heavier than before, and his arms were 2 times heavier. His whole body was also heavier, but the amount of chakra that it took was a lot compared to the levitation, and it also had to be fed chakra constantly, or else the jutsu would stop acting as weights for Naruto. Maybe I could use this technique in a battle. I think I should just buy some chakra weights for now, and when my chakra capacity increases, I'll use the heavy compression, Naruto said. Meanwhile, I think I should start feeding my Rinnegan some chakra. It might get stronger quicker that way, he said and started focusing his chakra to his eyes. Yes, over time, your Rinnegan will start to develop and it will get stronger. It's an amazing feat that you created a jutsu of your own in such limited time to act as weights. But I think you should just purchase some chakra weights, Naruto-kun. Kushina said, I agree with your mother, Naruto. Chakra weights are weights that get heavier with the more chakra you put into it. So if you wanted 20 pounds, then you would only send a small amount of chakra towards the weights that you want to be 20 pounds. Minato said. Oh, and I suggest to henge Naruto-kun. Some shopkeepers might be a bit rude towards you and give you bad items of purchase. Good idea, Mom. Naruto thought and applied a henge to make him look like a young man with brown hair and green eyes. He walked into a store named Taijutsu Freaks and was greeted with a kind smile from the owner which disgusted Naruto on the inside, but he returned a friendly smile on the outside. Hee Naruto-kun, it looks like you're a natural at deceiving people. Just like me. His mom said in his head. Excuse me, but I'm looking for some high-quality chakra weights. Naruto said. Yes, sir, these chakra weights, the storekeeper said as he took out a package from underneath the counter. Are very popular, but quite expensive. 500 ryu, sir. Sure. Naruto fake smiled again and henged a few leaves behind his back to look like real money and handed over the money. Please keep the change. Thank you, sir. The owner said as he greedily pocketed the money, hoping for this customer to shop regularly and leave lots of change for him. Once Naruto walked out the store, he dispelled the henge and put the chakra weights on, starting with 5 pounds each arm, 10 pounds each leg and 20 pounds for his chest, giving him a total of 50 pounds. Should I start doing laps or should I just train normally? Naruto asked his parents. I think you should just start doing laps, and increase the weights every week by 1 pound, so you slowly get faster and faster. Okay, thanks Dad. I think we should make a training schedule for you, Naruto-kun, but it won't be too tiring, just enough to make you stronger than the rest of the kids when you enter the academy next year. Kushina said. Good idea. Naruto thought, and started jogging towards his training grounds and doing laps around the river. After 3 laps, Naruto was thoroughly tired and decided to take a short break by just chatting with his parents. Mom, can you try and find out more about my Rinnegan? Naruto asked. Sure, Naruto-kun. I'll let your father take care of your light training schedule then, Naruto's mom said, and started focusing her chakra to her son's head to try and gather some information about his transcendent bloodline, while she herself went through her memories, as she could vaguely remember some things about the Rinnegan. Okay son, here's what you're going to be doing for the next few years. Taijutsu training in the morning, which involves laps and basic exercises. Ninjutsu training in the afternoon, which will be focusing on defensive ninjutsu first and the powers of your Rinnegan, and in the afternoon, you will be taught taijutsu forms. Minato said. Don't worry, it won't be too tiring once you get used to it. You are only 8 years old after all. I suggest you work on that Katon, Gakkaku no Jutsu now. Yep, thanks Dad. Naruto said and stood back up. So the scroll said that I needed to focus the necessary chakra to my mouth and blow it out so that it combines with the oxygen in the air to ignite the flame. Katon, Gakkaku no Jutsu. And a small stream of fire came out of his mouth, followed by a small amount of black smoke. Damn, he coughed. I think I should use a lot more chakra and try and make the chakra come out more smoothly so there wouldn't be any smoke coming out of my mouth after that. Hee son, you are truly a ninjutsu genius. Figuring out the aspects of the Gakkaku and finding out where you went wrong would take a few hours of practice with others, but you found out after the first try. Good job, thanks. Katon, Gakkaku no Jutsu. Naruto shouted once again, and the fireball that came out of his mouth was at least triple the size of the last fireball that he performed. Looks like I'm starting to learn ninjutsu much easier. Do you know why, Dad? I think it's because that your Rinnegan is helping a lot, since the Rinnegan can master all 6 elements. Naruto's dad said. I can't wait to see what other special abilities the Rinnegan has. Naruto thought and started training yet again. Time skip 4 years. Revision test. Sakura-chan, go out with me. The dead last said to the pink-haired girl. No way. You're the dead last of the class and you're such a loser. And what's with your eyes? They're so weird. Only Sasuke-kun deserves my love. The banshee squealed as she said the last sentence, and had hearts in her eyes, whilst looking at the cold brooder of the class. Arg, I hate playing the dead last of the class. I wish I could just annihilate this whole class. Naruto screamed inside his head. Patience, Naruto-kun. Deception is one of the most important skills of a ninja, his mother said, Naruto's parents despising the village even more after the 4 years they spent together. Although it is annoying, it'll pay off afterwards. Although I regret saving this village after seeing 90% of the people hating you, I'd have to say that violence isn't the best answer, when you could humiliate them. Good ideas. Naruto said in his mind. I seriously feel like an idiot wearing an orange jumpsuit and screams kill me. I'm here. Okay class. It's time to revise for our genin test. Yumino Irika said. Everyone please line up in a single line. We will be practicing both the Bunshin no Jutsu and the Henge. One by one, the students lined up and performed both of the academic jutsus. Uzumaki Naruto. You're next. Irika said. Time to put on a good show. Yeah, Irika-sensei. After I show you my brilliant jutsus, you'll have to admit I'm the best. Bunshin no Jutsu, and 3 clones suddenly appeared in a puff of smoke. Henge. And what appeared out of the smoke was a buxom blonde in a seductive pose with bits of smoke covering her parts. Irika immediately got a nosebleed and was flung into the wall behind him. Haha, Irika-sensei. Naruto laughed, returning to his normal self. How'd you like that? I call it my Oroku no Jutsu, you idiot Naruto, Iruka said with 2 tissues stuck up his nostrils. If you do that on the graduation exam, you'll automatically fail. Haha Naruto-kun, you totally nailed him with your jutsu. But don't do it again. It defiles women when you do that. Kushina said seriously at the end. Hee, of course mom, but it is the ultimate jutsu to use against perverts. First thing after you graduate, you'll have to go buy some proper ninja clothes. Naruto's father said, I can't wait till I get some new clothes. I'll watch this ugly jumpsuit burn with my fire jutsu. Class dismissed. I hope you all do well tomorrow at the graduation test. Iruka said, and the students neatly filed out of the class. Graduation day, good morning class. You will all stay seated and wait until Mizuki calls your name. Iruka said. When he does, the person called will step into this room. Iruka pointed to the door behind him. And take a test to become a genin of Konoha, a Kimichi Chuji. Mizuki said, and the slightly plump boy stepped into the room. Slowly, the whole class were called besides 2 people, Uchiha Sasuke and Uzumaki Naruto. Uchiha Sasuke, Mizuki said tiredly, and in a few minutes, the raven-haired boy came out with a leaf hitai tied to his forehead. Last person, Uzumaki Naruto, Mizuki said with relief and followed Naruto into the room. Oh Iruka, you look quite tired, how about you head home and I'll test Naruto. Really Mizuki? Thanks a lot, I didn't get much sleep yesterday. Iruka grinned and headed home. Once he was gone, Mizuki initiated his plan. Now Naruto, you have a different test than the others. You see, even if you pass the graduation exam with full marks, the overall mark is averaged out of all your exams, so if we did that with you you'd fail. Mizuki waited for this to sink in. But me and Iruka have a much harder test for you, and if you pass this test, you'll become a genin no matter what. Do you accept? This sounds fishy. What do you think mom and dad? Naruto said to his parents in his mind. I'd say to first learn the details of this arrangement. What's the mission Mizuki-sensei? Naruto said with fake innocence. Tricky bastard. You'll have to use great stealth to sneak into the Hokage tower, and take a scroll from his library. To do this, you'll need to sneak past the guards and also the Hokage. The scroll is named the Scroll of Sealing, and you'll have to take it and meet me in the tool shed in the forest behind the academy. Naruto's eyes narrowed. He wants me to steal the Hokage's personal scroll for himself, I bet. Maybe you should take this chance to learn a few powerful jutsu. What do you think, Minato-kun? Naruto's mom said. I do know most of the jutsu in the Scroll of Sealing. But Naruto, promise you'll only learn the weaker jutsus. When you're stronger I'll teach you some more jutsus. Okay dad, deal? Naruto said to his dad. Sure Mizuki-sensei. I'll do this test. Naruto said with a fake smile and ran off to obtain the Scroll of Sealing. 2 hours later, Hokage-sama. Voices cried out. What is the meaning of this? Calling every single jounin and shunin in a meeting. The Scroll of Sealing has been taken. Gasps filled the crowd. One Yumino Iruka saw that Uzumaki was headed towards the academy with the scroll. At this point, many were crying out for the demon to be killed. You will all search for him and bring him back alive, the Sandaime said, and with a wave of his arm, all the ninja in the vicinity disappeared in a puff of smoke to find the young Jinchuriki. Meanwhile in the forest near the academy, Naruto was currently learning from the scroll. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu? It says that it makes physical copies of the user, and whatever the clone learns, the original learns as well, making it ideal for training. But the cost of chakra used to perform this technique makes this technique forbidden. Should I learn this technique, Dad? Yes, son, you have a lot of chakra thanks to both your mother and me. This technique will be ideal for you to use when training in ninjutsu, genjutsu, finding weaknesses in your taijutsu and many other things too. Minato said. Wow. I could definitely use this to get stronger. Naruto thought and started to perform the cross seal that was used to create shadow clones. Later, Naruto. I've finally found you. Iruka said. Oh hi Iruka-sensei. I get it. You must be here to see the scroll to decide whether I pass or not, right? Naruto said with fake innocence. Who told you that, Naruto? The Scroll of Sealing is a very dangerous scroll and every jounin and shunin is trying to find you right now. Iruka said. Huh. Mizuki-sensei told me, of course. He said I'd be guaranteed to pass if I took the scroll from the Hokage's lib. Naruto didn't get to finish off his sentence as he was pushed by Iruka as 3 shuriken flew towards where Naruto was once standing. Mizuki! Mizuki-sensei! Was the shouts of both Naruto and Iruka when they saw the silver-haired chunin standing on a tree branch. Now hand over the scroll, Naruto. Mizuki said. No, Naruto. Don't listen to him. Iruka said. No, Mizuki. The real Naruto said. I never planned to give it to you anyway. I know this scroll is important, and I'm going to return it to Aji-san. So that's how it is, Mizuki sneered. Do you know why everybody hates you in this village? No, Mizuki. You can't tell him. There's a law against it. Iruka shouted. Haha. It's because you have the Kyubi no Kitsune sealed within you. You are a demon and you deserve to die. Mizuki screamed at the young blonde and threw the giant Fuma shuriken at Naruto. Seeing Iruka dive towards Naruto to protect him from the giant shuriken, Naruto pushed Iruka away and also dived to avoid the shuriken. I already knew that Mizuki, you bastard. I've known since I was 8, and I also happen to know that I am the jailer of the Kyuubi. Though it'd be weird if I was my own mother if I was the Kyuubi. Agreed Naruto-kun. Yeah, marrying my own son, that'll be strange. Both parents of the young Jinchuriki said. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Naruto said, and hundreds of clones poofed into existence. Katan, Gakakyu no Jutsu. Futon, Daitapa no Jutsu. Half of the clones yelled out a fire jutsu, whilst the other half performed a wind jutsu, combining both elements together to create a giant firestorm which engulfed the traitorous Chunin and incinerated him. Iruka-sensei, you should take the scroll of sealing back to the Hokage Tower. If I try to give it back, the ninja chasing me will only try to kill the demon, Naruto said, putting quote marks when he said the word demon. So just go and tell the Hokage that Mizuki has been taken care of. Naruto, here, take my Hittite. You've proven that you are more that capable to become a genin of Konoha. Iruka said with a smile. Oh, and something happened to your eyes. Another circle grew in each eye. Thanks for the Hittite, Iruka-sensei. Naruto said and ran away, leaving Iruka with the scroll of sealing. Yes. My Rinnegan went to the next level. Good job, darling. Yep. Kushina and Minato said, Hokage Tower, Hokage-sama, here is the scroll of sealing. Iruka said as he explained to the Hokage what happened in woods. Good job, Iruka-kun. I hope Naruto made the right choice by killing Mizuki. Hiruzen said. Now I need to alert the Jounin and Chunin that the scroll has been recovered. Yes, Hokage-sama. Goodbye. Iruka said with a bow and left the room in a hurry. Voice amplifier no jutsu. The Sandame said. All Jounin and Chunin retrieving the scroll of sealing, please stop. The scroll has been recovered and the traitor Mizuki, a Chunin Academy teacher, tricked one Uzumaki Naruto into stealing the scroll. Please cease the mission and return to your usual duties. Disengaging the voice amplifying jutsu, the old and wise Hokage had some thoughts concerning Naruto. Learning the Kage Bunshin is quite an amazing feat for someone as young as you, Naruto-kun. I just hope you won't seek vengeance for the village's actions towards to when you're older. Hiruzen sighed. Written on a scroll. The class of new genin that graduated the day before were sitting in class waiting for their academy teacher Iruka to tell them what team each of the genin are on. Quiet down, class. Iruka yelled, causing the excessive noise inside the classroom to cease. As many of you know, all 30 of you will be placed in genin cells of 3, usually comprised of 2 males and 1 female. Just as Iruka finished explaining how the genin teams worked, a boy walked into the class. He wore black pants with purple flames crawling from the bottom and a black jumpsuit which had the words Rinnegan in red on the back. He also wore fingerless gloves, and underneath the sleeves, he wore metal plates that could block strong kicks or punches, and had plain ninja sandals for his feet. However, the most noticeable features of the boy were not his clothes, but his eyes and hair. His eyes were cerulean, and his hair was blonde. Naruto? Everyone mentally screamed at the dead last's outfit. Look, everybody! The dead last decided to grace us with his presence. You're such a show-off. It's a miracle you actually graduated, another boy said with red marks on both cheeks and enlarged canines. Shut up. Naruto said coldly and took his seat next to an OC. Anyways, Iruka said, clearly surprised about Naruto's behavior. The genin teams will be. I'm skipping teams 1 to 6 and 9 because I'm too lazy to come up with OC names. Team 7, Uchiha Sasuke. Immediately, every fangirl that was obsessed with the last Uchiha started to pay extra attention to who was going to be called next. Uzumaki Naruto. At this point, all the fangirls in the class could do was just glare at Iruka as menacingly as possible. And Haruno Sakura led by Hatake Kakashi. Iruka finally finished, ignoring the death threats towards Sakura and the cries of joy erupting from the pink-haired banshee's mouth. Team 8, Inuzuka Kiba, Aburame Shino and Hyuga Hinata, led by Yuhi Kurenai. Team 10, Nara Shikamaru, Akimichi Chuji and Yamanaka Ino, led by Sarutobi Asuma. The Jounin senseis will be here soon. Iruka finished and heard a knock on the door, revealing one Sarutobi Asuma and one Yuhi Kurenai. I am Yuhi Kurenai, Team 8, please follow me. The red-eyed lady said, walking out the classroom. Sarutobi Asuma, Team 10, come with me. The Sandame's son said, whilst lighting a cigarette. 2 hours later. Hi, I'm Hatake Kakashi. Team 7, follow me to the roof. Kakashi said as he poofed into smoke and leaves. Roof, why are you late? An annoyed Naruto asked. I had to help an old lady across the street, and when I did, she invited me to lunch and didn't let me say no, so I had to eat lunch with her until she fell asleep and then I escaped. Kakashi said in a bored tone. Liar! Sakura screamed at her new sensei. Shut up, Haruno. Your voice will burst my eardrums. Naruto said, and unexpectedly Sasuke nodded. How OC, damn it. I have the most arrogant and loud people on my genin squad. Check out their chakra levels with your Rinnegan. Naruto's mom said, and Naruto focused chakra to his eyes with the ram seal. And keep the Rinnegan active at all times besides when you're sleeping. Hey! Your sensei was one of my students when I was a Jounin sensei. He has the Sharingan in his left eye and was known to have copied over 1,000 jutsus in his Anbu career. Don't show him any jutsu when he has the Sharingan active. Minato said, and Naruto kept that in mind as he checked his team's chakra levels. Sakura has the chakra level of a 7-year-old, Sasuke has a chakra capacity of a high genin, and Kakashi has a chakra level on par with my own. Okay, now, introduce yourselves one at a time. Starting with you, Kakashi pointed to Sakura. Kakashi-sensei, what am I supposed to say? Sakura asked. Sighing, Kakashi replied by introducing himself. I'll give you an example. I'm Hatake Kakashi. I like a lot of things and I dislike a lot of things. My hobbies are private, and I'm not going to tell you my dream. He said. The 3 genin sweat dropped. Okay. My name is Haruno Sakura, and what I like is I mean who I like is she looked at Sasuke. My hobbies include watching. She kept looking at Sasuke. My dream is to she looked away from Sasuke and blushed. I hate Naruto and Inopig. She said the last sentence with disdain, now the brooding mental one. Kakashi said, motioning for Sasuke to introduce himself. Uchiha Sasuke. I like almost nothing. I hate almost everything. My hobbies include training and getting stronger. My ambition is to revive my clan and kill a certain man. As Sasuke finished, Sakura's eyes became hearts once again, now the silent and annoyed one. The sensei said, I'm Uzumaki Naruto. I like what's inside me and training to reach a new level. I dislike people who judge a book by its cover. My hobbies include training and mastering jutsus, and my dream is to kill a certain man, and then start my own shinobi village. Dobe, who do you want to kill? Sasuke said. Why should I tell you? Naruto hissed back. Because if it's the same person I want to kill, I will have to force you to choose another target. Force me and I'll kill you. I don't like threats. Naruto said. And that's a promise. Stupid dead last. Obey Sasuke-kun's orders. You're trash compared to him. Sakura screamed and went to punch Naruto. Kakashi, the jounin, listened to what Naruto had to say. What is the punishment for a genin trying to hurt another genin outside of a spar? Naruto asked, and Sakura immediately halted her fist in case she got into trouble. Good job, Naruto-kun. Who do you want to kill though? Naruto's mom said. Uchiha Madara, of course. But I know that I'll need to get a lot stronger. Just don't end up doing anything for power. Know that your mother and I will love you no matter what you do, as long as you think it's right. Thanks, Dad. Calm down, everyone. Now meet me at Training Ground 7 in 30 minutes. We're going to have a test to see if you 3 are worthy to be real genin. Kakashi said. Wait, what? We already passed the graduation exam at the academy. We're all genin already. Sakura shrieked. No. That test was only to see which students had the potential to become genin. The Exumbu captain said. What exactly will we be doing? Naruto said. Survival training. Kakashi did an eye smile and shunshed it away, leaving the 3 genin by themselves. Hey Sasuke-kun, want to get something to eat? Sakura asked, trying to get a date. No. Stop annoying me. Sasuke said and walked away. Sakura saddened and headed towards Training Ground 7. When she looked back, she saw that Naruto was gone as well, leaving her behind. Training Ground 7, 1 hour later. Arg. Where is he? He's late again. Sakura ranted. Dad, was he ever late when you were teaching him? Naruto asked his father mentally. Nope, it was always Uchiha Obito that was late. And before you start hating Obito, you should know that he hated how the Uchihas treated their children, and he also sacrificed his life and left eye for Kakashi. After that incident, Kakashi started being late to everything as a memento to Obito. Wow. I wonder who I should like more, Itachi, who massacred the whole clan leaving Sasuke behind, or Obito, who sacrificed himself for a comrade. Naruto-kun, even though they were arrogant jerks, they didn't deserve to die. Your sensei is going to appear soon. Kushina said, and Naruto focused on reality. Hey guys. Sorry I'm late. I had to look over all your academy reports to see what level you guys are at. Kakashi said as he appeared. At least it's believable this time. Sakura said, containing her anger at her sensei's lack of punctuality. Now onwards with the test. Kakashi said as he pulled out 2 bento boxes and 2 bells from nowhere. The test is that you have to get a bell to pass. For example, if 2 of you get a bell each, then both of you pass and get a bento for your efforts, whilst the one who didn't get a bell will be tied to a log and fail. To get the bells, you'll have to come at me with the intent to kill. Kakashi said whilst taking out a timer. I'm going to set this timer to go off in 2 hours, so you have 2 hours to get a bell or else you fail. Ready, start. And the 3 students all jumped into different places, and Kakashi smiled at their tactics. Sakura's probably lacking in stealth, and Sasuke's stealth isn't much better than a normal genin. However, Naruto's stealth is the level of a chunin. It must be from his hard childhood. Sakura's in the tree 10 meters to the west. Sasuke is hiding behind a bush 20 meters behind me, hoping to get me when there's an opening, and Naruto. He's smart. He's underground doing something. I guess this team isn't as bad as the other teams that I've been forced to fail. Kakashi thought. Meanwhile, Naruto was underground placing various explosive tags that exploded on Naruto's whim. After placing the tags in strategic places, he surfaced behind a bush and started his assault. Running towards his sensei, he yelled Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, and 5 copies suddenly manifested around his and started a taijutsu battle with Kakashi. Jumping away, Kakashi said, first lesson, taijutsu. and he got into a stance. The 6 Narutos started their taijutsu onslaught and started throwing well-coordinated blows at Kakashi, some of which made physical contact. But Naruto saw with his Rinnegan that before every hit, Kakashi focused chakra to protect the places he predicted Naruto would punch or kick, lessen the blow. Soru's shave, Naruto said suddenly, and he disappeared in a blur. Kakashi suddenly felt a powerful kick from behind and was caught off guard. The silver-haired jounin then grabbed a kunai out of his holster and slashed at the 5 clones to disperse them. Nice technique, Kakashi praised. Thank you? Naruto replied back. Lesson 2 Ninjutsu, Kakashi said and jumped back a few feet. I'd never used this technique on a normal genin, but you've proven that you're far from normal. Katan, Housenka no Jutsu. And 6 small fireballs were launched towards the young Jinchuriki, Rankyaku. And Naruto flipped in midair and kicked towards Kakashi, sending a blue air blade at him, forcing him to dodge. With Sasuke, Sasuke was watching with increased jealousy. How dare the dobe know more powerful techniques than me? I am an elite Uchiha of the Uchiha clan and the dead last from the academy is fighting a jounin to a tie. Sasuke thought, not knowing that Kakashi was holding back. I was the rookie of the year, and he was the dobe. If he's able to fight a jounin to a tie, I could easily beat him and take a bell. Naruto versus Kakashi. You're very talented for your age, very impressive techniques there. Did you really create those techniques? Kakashi asked. Thank you, and yes, I did create most of those techniques, Naruto said as he turned around suddenly. Futon de Tapa. And a shadow clone of Kakashi burst into smoke. Looking back, Naruto saw that Kakashi was nowhere to be found. Damn it. He gave me the slip. With Sakura, the leaves rustled behind her, and she turned her head around only to find her love interest on the ground with multiple weapons stuck in his body. Sasakare, help me, Sakura, Sasuke said, and Sakura screamed and fainted immediately. Lesson 3 Genjutsu. Kakashi sighed at his sole female student's actions. With Sasuke, hearing Sakura scream, Sasuke pinpointed Kakashi's location and started running towards where the sound came from. Spotting Kakashi reading a book nonchalantly, Sasuke thought his guard was down, so he started executing one of his fire jutsu. Katan, Housenka no Jutsu. And multiple fireballs shot out of Sasuke's mouth, only to hit a log that Kakashi used to substitute himself with. Damn it! And came out of hiding and confronted the real Kakashi that appeared. So it's the last Uchiha up against me. Let's see how you measure to Naruto, Kakashi said, and saw the Uchiha getting angry at being compared to the dead last. Don't take me lightly. If the dead last was able to tie with you, I'll definitely be able to beat you and get a bell, Sasuke said, and started performing hand seals. Damn. He has enough chakra to perform multiple fire jutsus. Expected from an Uchiha, Kakashi thought, and made his own seals. Katan, Kakaku no Jutsu. Sasuke yelled, and a giant ball of fire erupted out of Sasuke's mouth and headed towards Kakashi. Doton, Doria Hiki. Kakashi countered and slapped his hand on the ground, raising a wall of mud that protected him from the fireball. Doton, Shinjuzanshu no Jutsu, and pulled Sasuke underground with a shadow clone, leaving Sasuke's head above ground, but his body decapitated, as the jutsu says. Crouching down, Kakashi decided to tease Sasuke of his current predicament. So the mighty Uchiha is decapitated, Kakashi said, and walked away to find Naruto and test him again. Meanwhile, Sakura just woke up after her vision of Sasuke dying, and as he walked over the clearing that Kakashi and Sasuke battled before, she saw Sasuke's head above the ground and fainted yet again. With Naruto, he had been patiently waiting in the field that he had booby-trapped. Explosive tags on random trees and underground, fake trees that were actually his shadow clones, and a small army of Kage Bunshin hiding in various bushes and trees. Do you know where Kakashi is, Mom? Naruto asked mentally. He's heading your way actually, he'll be there in 2 minutes. And you should call him Kakashi-sensei instead of Kakashi, Kyuubi said. But he hasn't taught me anything yet, so he isn't my teacher yet, Naruto replied. He's got you there, Kushina-chan, Minato said, and wrapped his arms around her waist in Naruto's mind. Suddenly, 3 shuriken flew through the air towards Naruto, which he blocked 2 with a kunai and dodged the last one. He retaliated by sending 3 kunai of his own towards Kakashi, but one of the kunai had an explosive tag attached to it. Kakashi flipped behind a tree, allowing its branch to block the kunai, but then he realized that an explosive note was going to go off, so he quickly jumped out of the way, and onto another tree, which was actually a bunch of Naruto's clones. Hello, Kakashi, Naruto said as he jumped. Rankyaku. And an air blade traveled towards the jounin, forcing him to jump off the tree as the tree poofed into smoke, revealing a bunch of shadow clones that charged at Kakashi, punching, kicking, and even head-butting Kakashi. Soru, the real Naruto said as he quickly took both bells off Kakashi's waist and disappeared. Damn it, he got the bells. I hope he realizes the real reason behind this exercise and does the right thing. With Sasuke and Sakura, Sakura had finally regained consciousness and helped Sasuke out of the hole. Sasuke-kun, how about we work together to get both bells? No one cares about the dead last, so he can fail, Sakura said. No. You're too weak and you'll only get in the way, Sasuke said. Come on, Sasuke-kun, the pink-haired girl said sadly. It might be easier for both of us. Sasuke silently thought about Sakura's offer. Ring! 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 The timer that their sensei had taken out at the start of their test had gone off, signaling that the test was over and that they would have to head to where the training logs were. Once Sakura and Sasuke got to the training logs, they saw Naruto and Kakashi already there. However, what they didn't expect was that Naruto had both bells in his hands. So Naruto, what are you going to do with the bells? Who are you going to choose to pass with you? Kakashi asked, and Sakura automatically assumed that Naruto was going to let her pass because of the crush Naruto had at the academy. I'm going to let both of them pass, Naruto said, shocking both Sasuke and Sakura. Don't take it personally. I hate both of you, but to pass, we all have to pass, Naruto said. The answer to the test was teamwork. No genin fresh from the academy could take on a jounin. You're right, Naruto, but why did you fight me one-on-one if you knew the answer? Kakashi asked. Because I want to compare my own skills with the skills of an experienced jounin, Naruto replied as if it was the most obvious thing in the world. Nevertheless, you all fail, but I'll give you three another chance at this test, Kakashi said. Here Naruto and Sasuke, Kakashi said, giving them a bento each whilst tying Sakura to a log. Why am I the one tied to a log, sensei? It should be Naruto. The dead last, Sakura yelled, struggling to escape from the ropes. Because, Kakashi said with obvious anger. You were the most useless of the three. You made no attempt to fight me, and you fainted twice. The academy reports say that you were the smartest in the class and are a genjutsu type, but you fell to the most basic genjutsu of all, Kakashi said with disappointment. Well, I'll need to go get something now. When I come back, you three will take the test again. Remember, do not feed her or else you fail, and a word of advice. Those who don't follow the rules in the ninja world are considered trash, Kakashi said. But those who abandon comrades are even worse than trash. Later, and the Exumbu captain disappeared with a shunshin. Seeing Kakashi leave, Naruto ate half of the bento and took out a kunai. What are you doing, Dobe? Sasuke asked. I'm cutting Sakura loose so she can eat. She'll become a liability in the next test if she doesn't get any food, Naruto replied. But Kakashi-sensei told you not to feed me or else we all fail, Sakura screeched. But Naruto didn't listen. He cut the ropes with a kunai and gave Sakura the remaining half of his bento. Here Sasuke gave half of his bento to Sakura as well, not wanting to be outdone by Naruto. Eat more so you'll have more energy. Suddenly, Kakashi poofed out of nowhere and started performing a long line of hand seals. You guys! I told you not to feed her. What do you have to say for yourselves? Those who don't follow the rules in the ninja world are considered trash, Naruto said, but those who abandon comrades are even worse than trash. Sasuke followed, catching Naruto's plan. That's it! Kakashi yelled with fury. You pass. And he gave the three genin an eye smile. Yada! Sakura screamed in joy. Shinaro! Inner Sakura agreed. Good job, Naruto-kun. Hopefully Kakashi will sign you up for the Chunin exams, Kushina said happily, and Naruto smiled mentally. Yes, son, good job on becoming a genin, although we had doubts, Naruto's dad joked. I'm hurt, Naruto replied to them in mock hurt. Now my three cute genin, Kakashi said, earning glares from his students. Let's head to the Hokage Tower for missions. 2 weeks later. This is Cyclops, over, Kakashi said over a radio. This is Pink Banshee. I'm at point A and I'm going to kill you, Naruto, over, Sakura said. This is Emo Queen. I'm at point B and I hate you, Dobe, over, Sasuke said. This is Rinnegan Wielder. I'm at point C, and I have visual with target, over, Naruto said. Go! Capture target Tora! Kakashi commanded, and the three genin ambushed a cat. But not just any cat, it was the famed immortal evil cat of Konoha. It had been alive when Kakashi was just a kid on D-ranked missions to chase the cat and bring it back to the Fire Lord's wife. Target subdued, Naruto said. Should I kill the cat? Naruto mentally asked his parents. No, darling, I don't think that'll be a good idea. I agree with your mother, Naruto. Sometimes you need to have restraint on evil cat devils. The Yondaime shouted the last part, making both Kushina and Naruto's sweat drop. Back at the Hokage Tower, Team 7 dragged in the very annoying and struggling cat, which was returned to the Fire Lord's wife, who was hugging very tightly. Tighter. 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 Naruto's mind chanted sadistically, hoping for the cat to die, since he'd retrieved the cat 7 times in 2 weeks. Team 7 reporting for another mission, Hokage-sama, Kakashi said with a bow of respect. Good job, Kakashi. Your squad has been doing a lot more missions than Team 8 and Team 10. The Sandaime said as Kurenai just walked in, followed by Kiba, Shino and Hinata. Speak of the devil. Any difficulties with the mission, Team 8? Hiruzen asked Kurenai. No, Hokage-sama, the mission went quite well, Kurenai replied with a bow of respect. Well then, I have a new mission for both of your squads. Both teams looked at each other. It will be a joint C-rank escort mission. Please come into Zuna, Sarutobi said as a slightly tipsy old man came out of a door. What? I asked for proper protection and you give me 6 brats? And what's with that blonde kid with weird eyes? Tizuna said. Coming from an old drunk, that doesn't mean much, and these eyes are a transcendent bloodline called the Rinnegan. Naruto answered back, shutting up the old man. I assure you that you will be fine. If anything gets messy, Kurenai and I are jounins, so we could handle things if the situation asks for the worst. Kakashi said. Kakashi, Kurenai, you and your genin squads will escort Tazuna to Wave Country safely. The most danger you will face would probably be bandits. After this was said by the Sandaime, Naruto saw that Tazuna visibly paled. I think he's hiding something. Naruto thought, you're right. Just be on guard for anything that happens during the mission. Minato said, okay, we'll leave at precisely 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Kurenai nodded in agreement. Sakura, Sasuke and Naruto, you three have the rest of the day off. Remember to check your weapon supplies. And after that was said, Kakashi shunshined away to God knows where. The same to you three, you guys deserve a rest after that D-rank today. Kurenai said and dismissed her genin as well. My first C-rank mission, I can't wait until tomorrow. Naruto thought and left the Hokage Tower. Written on a scroll, 6 figures were spotted near the huge gate that led to the outside of Konoha. Naruto, Shino said, surprising Naruto slightly. Yesterday back at the Hokage Tower, you said you had a transcendent bloodline to do with your eyes. Is this true? Yes, it is, Shino. Naruto replied in the same tone of voice as Shino. Would you mind sharing with us what abilities it has? It will be dangerous on a mission if you don't know your comrade's abilities. Shino said, I can see chakra, but not as well as the Byakugan or Sharingan, but the Rinnegan is better at sensing chakra barriers. It also makes it easier for me to use elemental ninjutsu, and that's all I know about it now. It's a very rare digitsu, so there is hardly any information for the Rinnegan, Naruto said, not telling Shino and the others the whole extent of his abilities. Naruto-kun, I've actually found out more about the Rinnegan's abilities from investigating your eyes and my memories. The Rinnegan has control over the 6 paths, Deva Path, Asura Path, Naraka Path, Human Path, Animal Path and the Preta Path. Each path has its own special abilities and can be distributed to a total of 5 other bodies. Kushina said, wait, so only one body can contain one path, right? Naruto asked mentally. Yes. Your father is currently helping me find out each of the realm's power. We only know what the Preta and Human Path do for now. Naruto's mother replied. So what do the Preta and Human realms do? Naruto replied. The Preta Path absorbs all chakra-based attacks, but it weak against taijutsu and powerful genjutsu. The Human Path has immense strength, and it can also read minds. However, when you want to mind read, you must be physically touching them, and the mind reading takes up to 15 seconds to complete, so you'll need to subdue your target. Its weaknesses are ninjutsu. Minato said, how do I get more bodies? Naruto asked, you'll probably run into some bandits on your mission. Your best bet is to kill them, and use their bodies for the Preta and Human realms. The Kyuubi said, do I have absolute control over the realms though? Most likely yes. The Yondaime said, good. Naruto said, meanwhile at the Konoha gates, 3 other figures appeared. Okay Team 7 and 8, we're going to leave now. Kurenai and I are the team leaders and we expect you to listen to all our commands. Is that clear? Kakashi said seriously. Yes. The 6 genin replied and the 9 people started their journey to Wave. Hinata, Sakura, you 2 stand a meter in front of the bridge builder. Kiba and Sasuke, you 2 stay in front of Hinata and Sakura. Naruto and Shino, you 2 stay in front of Kiba and Sasuke, but behind Kakashi. I'll cover Tazuna's back. Kurenai said professionally. Good strategy, Kurenai. Kakashi commented on Kurenai's placement. Thanks, Kakashi. It's my first C-rank mission as a teacher, so I'll have to be as careful and professional as I can be. Kurenai replied and glanced at a nearby puddle for a split second, signaling to Kakashi that she knew. There are 2 Chunin-level ninja hiding in that low-level genjutsu. Naruto thought to himself. Maybe I could use them as bodies. Suddenly, 2 ninja popped out of the puddle and attacked Kakashi and Kurenai first. 1. The one attacking Kakashi said and ripped Kakashi into shreds. 2. The one attacking Kurenai said and stabbed her with his poison claw. Keikaka Kakashi-sensei. Ku Kurenai-sensei. Sakura and Hinata gasped and froze. Kakashi-sensei used Kawarimi and Kurenai-sensei used a genjutsu. Naruto thought and threw a kunai at one of the 2 assailants. Futon de Tapa. Naruto yelled and a burst of wind came out of his palm and hit the 2 Chunin head-on. Not wanting to be outdone, Sasuke shouted out one of his own jutsu. Katon, Gakaku no Jutsu! And a large fireball burnt the mist ninja. Shino quickly commanded his bugs to restrain the attacker's claws because they were poisoned and also told his bugs to suck out their chakra. Good job Naruto, Sasuke and Shino. You 3 did excellently. Kakashi praised. Kiba, Sakura, Hinata, you 3 were a little disappointing. Once you 3 saw the 2 attackers, you guys just froze. You could have at least protected Tazuna from any other incoming attacks. But Kakashi-sensei, I saw you get ripped into pieces, Sakura whimpered. I used a substitution jutsu. Kurenai used a genjutsu to escape as well. Kakashi replied. Should I kill them now and then take their bodies? Naruto asked his parents. No. I think Kakashi is going to interrogate them for some information. Minato replied. Okay. I'll wait until after the interrogation. Naruto said mentally. Who sent you, Guzu and Maizu, the demon brothers of the mist? Kakashi said. We'll tell you nothing, leaf scum. The ninja on the left said and nodded towards the one on the right, and Kakashi saw that they bit something in their mouths. It's no use, Kakashi turned back to the rest of the group. I think they bit a hidden capsule in their mouth to kill themselves instead of revealing any information. Walking up to the demon brothers, Naruto started focusing large sums of chakra towards his Rinnegan. Body, mind and soul possession, Naruto cried out, and 2 streams of chakra exited his eyes and were absorbed by the 2 bodies. Ah! Naruto let out a scream from the large amounts of pain that had suddenly hit him. Everyone suddenly turned towards Naruto, and what they saw scared them. Naruto was currently crouching on the ground holding his head, or his eyes to be more exact, in pain, and the demon brothers, Guzu and Maizu, suddenly rose from the dead and was shadowing over Naruto. Arg! So much pain, Naruto screamed inside his head. Kakashi saw that the mist attackers started rising and assumed that they were going to kill Naruto, so he quickly gripped a kunai and charged towards them, until Naruto let out an intense pulse of chakra. Stop, Kakashi-sensei. It's alright. It's just one of my Rinnegan abilities that I found out just then. Naruto said. I was feeling the after effects of the technique I used before. Guzu said. It hurt so much, but now the pain is gone. Maizu said. Don't worry, Kakashi-sensei. I've just taken their bodies. Naruto said, looking at the demon brother's eyes, and then he realized something strange. Mom, I can see through the demon brother's eyes now. It's like I have 3 points of view. Naruto thought excitedly. It must be one of the abilities of the Rinnegan then. Also, since the chakra of the demon brothers doesn't match yours, you will have a harder time coordinating them in an attack. Kushina replied. Now that mess is over, Tazuna, why were there shinobi after you? Kakashi said. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Tazuna said whilst sweating profusely. You will tell us everything. Kurenai snapped at Tazuna. Hiding things from us will cause more danger, and if you don't tell us everything, we're going to leave and you can go to Wave Country yourself. Okay. Okay. I'll talk. But please, you must escort me to Wave. Tazuna cried out. I'm a bridge builder and Gato of the shipping industry wants my head because I'm the only bridge builder in Wave, and our economy is really bad. Tazuna tried to guilt trip them. And if I die, my daughter will hate Konoha forever and my grandson will cry. Don't. Naruto's outburst surprised everyone. Don't try to guilt trip us into agreeing, old man. I would have continued this mission no matter what, but you trying to manipulate us into doing what you want is completely wrong. Alright, I'm sorry, but please. You must help Wave. Tazuna said. How about we let our teams decide? Kurenai said and Kakashi nodded. I'm going. Naruto said. There's a chance I'll get more bodies during this mission. I'm going too. Sasuke said arrogantly, trying to match Naruto. How dare that dobe have a Dijutsu? And a transcendent bloodline? I'm not going to be outdone by them too. I'm going too. Kiba said and Akamaru, Kiba's familiar, barked in agreement. I shall accompany you as well. Shino said as he pushed his glasses up. Since Sasuke-kun's going, I'll go too. Sakura said. Why yes, and me too. Hinata said timidly. I guess that settles it. We're going to protect you for the rest of the mission. However, this mission becomes an A-rank mission, so you will owe us the rest of the money when you can pay it. Kakashi said. Thank you. Thank you. Tazuna said with tears streaming down his face, and the 11 figures started walking towards their destination once again. Meanwhile on the road, Sakura was casting wary glances at her teammate Naruto. Just before, he had been screaming in pain and then he somehow brought the demon brothers back to life and was somehow controlling them. Cha, he's trying to act cooler than Sasuke-kun. What a dope, she thought. Shinaro. Suddenly, the bushes rustled and Kiba threw a kunai towards the sound, and a white rabbit scurried away. Idiot! You nearly killed that rabbit and scared us to death. Sakura shouted. Be careful, Naruto-kun, that rabbit's coat was white, and it's summertime. Naruto's mom said, which means that it was used for a substitution jutsu? Naruto's eye widened and suddenly ducked as Kakashi and Kurenai both yelled duck, and a giant head cleaver suddenly spun through the air, which would have chopped off their heads if it wasn't for Kakashi and Kurenai telling them to duck. That sword, this must mean Kakashi trailed off. Momochi Zabuza Kurenai finished for him. Well, Zabuza laughed. If it isn't Kakashi the Sharingan warrior, and Kurenai the Genjutsu mistress of the bingo book, Zabuza said, surprising the genin at their teachers' names in the bingo book. This must be my lucky day. And look, you both even have the time to teach some greenhorns. Momochi Zabuza demon of the mist. Kakashi said whilst revealing his Sharingan eye. Wow, revealing the Sharingan so early in a battle pleases me. Zabuza said and immediately turned his attention to 2 figures that looked eerily familiar. Guzu. Maizu, what's the meaning of this? Joining the enemy? Zabuza shouted. Naruto and his new bodies turned around and simultaneously said. We are Naruto. Kakashi took this as a chance to charge at Zabuza, so he motioned to Kurenai and they simultaneously threw kunai with explosive tags attached to them. Zabuza dodged the 6 kunais and started performing hand seals which Kakashi recognized. Kirigakure no Jutsu, and a thick mist suddenly came into view and blinded both Kakashi and Kurenai, forcing them to rely on their other senses. 8 vital areas, brain, heart. Zabuza didn't get to finish because Naruto cut him off. Stop trying to intimidate us. Let's talk more fighting, Naruto said, dispelling the fears of Sakura and Hinata. Good going, Naruto. Don't worry, you guys, we'll protect you with our lives, Kakashi said, letting out some of his killing intent to defend against Zabuza's. You 6 just protect Tazuna in a double manji formation, Kakashi said, and the 6 genin surrounded Tazuna in a hexagonal shape. Let's start attacking Kurenai, Kakashi said and disappeared. Meanwhile, Kurenai quickly cast a high-level genjutsu to cover herself. Miza Bunshin no Jutsu, Zabuza yelled, and 2 other water clones manifested from the water underneath Zabuza's feet. Once Zabuza's clones formed, he quickly charged towards Kakashi. Game over, Kakashi. You disappoint me. And with a vertical slice, Kakashi split into 2 and liquid started pouring out. But it was water, not blood. Miza Bunshin? How? Zabuza didn't get to finish as a kunai impaled his heart from behind and the demon of the mist dissolved into water as well. In the meantime, Kurenai snuck up to one of the Zabuzas and sliced his back horizontally, making him dissolve into water. Suddenly, Zabuza's giant sword came out of the air and spun towards Kurenai, forcing her to jump, which she did, and then was met with the foot of the real Zabuza. Hinata, use your Byakugan and tell us what's going on, Shino said. Why, yes. Byakugan. And the veins surrounding Hinata's eyes bulged as a pulse of chakra exited her eyes. Kurenai-sensei just got kicked by Zabuza and Kakashi is currently performing hand seals. Katan, how Senka no Jutsu? The genin heard Kakashi yelled and they saw 6 red balls slowly absorbing the mist's moisture, allowing the genin to see clearer. Should I help them or stay here? Naruto asked his parents. You should just observe Zabuza's techniques and fighting style for now, Minato said, and Naruto mentally agreed. Katan, Kakaku no Jutsu! Kakashi shouted and the mist further dissolved, and they saw the giant fireball heading towards Zabuza. Zabuza dodged the large fireball and blocked a few kunai that Kurenai threw at him with his giant head cleaver sword. Just after Zabuza blocked the throwing knives, Kurenai appeared in front of him and tried to lock him into a genjutsu. Kai! Zabuza said, letting out a pulse of chakra to dispel Kurenai's genjutsu, catching her off guard as he kicked her into the water. Miza Bunshin no Jutsu! Surin no Jutsu! And the water clone of Zabuza trapped Kurenai into a water prison. Damn it! Kakashi silently cursed as he blocked a horizontal swing from Zabuza's sword by jumping on top of the water. Meanwhile, Hinata was currently relaying the events to the rest of the genin. Kurenai-sensei got trapped in a water prison and Kakashi is currently facing Zabuza on top of the water. They're both making hand seals really quickly, Hinata said. Suetun, Suryuden no Jutsu! Both Zabuza and Kakashi shouted at the same time, causing 2 water dragons of equal size to crash into each other, causing water to rain down. Quickly making a water clone, the 2 Zabuzas ran in a zigzag, attempting to confuse Kakashi's Sharingan. Meanwhile, Kakashi's Sharingan was having trouble focusing on both Zabuzas because they kept running in a zigzag. Taking a chance, he stabbed the Zabuza that appeared on his left. However, the Zabuza that was stabbed became water, and Kakashi realized what was going to happen next. Surin no Jutsu! The real Zabuza said, and Kakashi was trapped in a water prison just like Kurenai. Run! Get the bridge builder to safety. We'll deal with Zabuza! Kakashi yelled. No, Kakashi-sensei, those who abandon their comrades are worse than trash, Naruto quoted and started charging towards Zabuza. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, and several copies of Naruto appeared. Shadow clones? Impressive, maybe you aren't a greenhorn genin as I expected. Zabuza teased as he raised his giant sword to cut through a few clones. Suetun, Mizuden no Jutsu, water projectiles. He shouted and a few balls of water rose and shot towards Naruto, only to have Mizu, the Predapath, absorb them all. What the hell? Zabuza shouted as he tried to engage in physical combat with the Predapath. He launched a powerful punch towards Mizu, but Guza blocked it with his palm and kicked Zabuza away. Amazing, so this is the power of the Rinnegan, Kakashi and Kurenai praised. The other 6 were shocked at Naruto's level of skill. Futon de Tapa! Naruto yelled and a gust of wind shot towards Zabuza, which he dodged and retaliated with another ninjutsu. Suetun, Mizuden no Jutsu! Zabuza yelled again, but Mizu, the Predapath, blocked it and absorbed the jutsu again. You're pretty good. Why don't we take this up a notch? Suetun, Kamakiri, Rising Water Cutter! Zabuza yelled. Katan, Kakaku no Jutsu! Naruto shouted back and the 2 jutsu collided head-on. Psuga! A sudden cry was heard and a spinning projectile headed towards Zabuza. The demon of the mist blocked the attack with his sword, but left his back revealed. Katan, how Senka no Jutsu! Zabuza jumped up, letting the fireballs and spinning projectile clash together, nullifying both the jutsu. However, the moment he had let his guard down for a split second, a sudden wave of bugs started to suck the chakra out of Zabuza's arm. Putting his arm infested with bugs underwater, the bugs drowned and he pulled his arm up, only to be hit by an air blade. Rankyaku? He heard the blonde kid shout, and another air blade headed towards Zabuza. He dodged to the left, which made Naruto smirk, because his actual target was one of the water clones that held both Jounin-sensei's prisoner. Once both the water clones were dispersed back into water, the water prison was also dispelled, so both Jounin-senseis were able to escape their earlier predicament. That jutsu may have worked on me once, but it won't work again, Kakashi said, water dripping down his hair and Sharingan spinning. Good job, guys, especially you, Naruto. Kurenai, you should take a break, you're exhausted from not getting enough oxygen, since you were trapped before I was. Kakashi explained. I'll take Zabuza. The 4 Genin and 1 Jounin nodded and all stepped back, allowing Kakashi to battle Zabuza. The 2 Jounin-level ninja both leaped back at the same time and began some idle chat. What? Is he reading my mind? Kakashi finished for Zabuza smugly. Arg. You can't beat me with cheap tricks. Both of them said at once and started making hand seals. Suddenly, a figure appeared behind Kakashi. What? Who is that? It's me? But how? Seeing Zabuza's confusion, Kakashi finished off the hand seals and disengaged the genjutsu, causing Zabuza to curse silently. Suetun, Daibakufu no Jutsu, Grand Waterfall Explosion. Kakashi yelled and a sudden torrent of water gathered in front of Kakashi and shot towards Zabuza, exploded on impact. Minutes later, the water from Kakashi's last attack disappeared and Zabuza was left on the ground, panting. CA, can you see the future? Zabuza gasped out. Yes. Your future is death, Kakashi replied and started making hand seals to incinerate the body. But a Fusaban abruptly flew through the air and pierced Zabuza's arms and neck, causing him to stiffen and fall to the ground. Thank you? A soft voice said. The figure was wearing a mask with the hidden mist insignia at the top. I've been searching for Zabuza for a long time. He contains secrets of the mist that the Mizukage wished to keep hidden. I thank you for your assistance. Good day. And the then mysterious Hunter-nin disappeared with a shunshin. Damn it, Kakashi panted exhaustedly as he covered his Sharingan eye with his leaf Hittite. I've used up too much chakra and he went into a deep sleep. I'll carry Kakashi. Tazuna, you just lead the way to your house, we'll need to rest and eat to recover our energy. Kurenai then looked at the genin. Good job, you guys, she said and picked up Kakashi, following Tazuna who led the way to his house. Tazuna's home. Tsunami. Inari. We're home. The bridge builder yelled and the door opened to reveal a woman in her 20s. Welcome home, Dad. Who are these people? Tsunami asked nicely. They are the ones who protected me. Tazuna said and Tsunami introduced herself to them. Hello, I am Tsunami. I thank you deeply for escorting my father here. Tsunami bowed. We have 2 large guest rooms, so you can all stay there. Thank you. Kurenai said and the total of 10 people walked into the house, following Tazuna's daughter to the guest rooms. Sakura, Hinata and I will take the smaller room. Kakashi, Naruto, Sasuke, Kiba and Shino, you will take that room. Kurenai pointed to the larger room that was opposite her own room. Everyone then got settled in and placed their sleeping bags in suitable positions, whilst they laid Kakashi on the bed, because he was unconscious. Darling, your fight against Zabuza was great. Naruto's mom said. Yeah, that was good strategy and the Preta and human realms really did help you. The Yondaime said. Yeah. Any more information on the other realms? Or how to make the demon brothers' chakra compatible with my Rinnegan? Naruto asked. There's a certain metal that is sensitive to the first chakra that it is exposed to, so all you need to do is buy this metal from a shop, and then place it on the bodies, like piercings. Kushina said. Okay, thanks. Naruto said. Is there any way to somehow seal the demon brothers for now? Because it's annoying to see through 3 sets of eyes when I'm not in battle. Yes, there is, Naruto. Fuinjutsu can seal anything. I'll be teaching you a simple method to seal the demon brothers and make a seal on your arm, so that when you want to summon the demon brothers into battle, you can just wipe your blood on the seal, and they'll appear. Minato said. Great, thanks. Naruto said. And regarding your earlier question if we found out anything about the other realms, the animal realm can summon any animal they desire, because the Rinnegan commands all summon animals. The animal path can also summon the other bodies. I think I'll wait for another body to put the animal realm in. I'll just learn sealing now, and think of something for later. Naruto though mentally. The next day, Kakashi just woke up from chakra exhaustion to explain with Kurenai why Zabuza was alive. Zabuza is alive. The fake Hunter-nin used Saban needles. Kakashi put emphasis on the word needles so we can only assume that he's recovering right now. How long would it take for him to recover? Shino asked. About 2 weeks, Shino. Kurenai answered. What are we going to do in the 2 weeks have then? Kiba asked. Kurenai and I are going to train you to be ready for whatever happens in 2 weeks' time. Kakashi said. Kakashi and Kurenai led both teams of genin into the woods, planning on teaching them tree climbing and some low-level jutsu. Alright, here's what we're going to do, Kakashi said with a nice smile, whilst walking towards a tree with crutches. We're going to climb trees without using our hands, like this. Kakashi showed them by walking up a tree humorously. The trick is to focus chakra towards your feet and stick to the tree bark that way. Kakashi-sensei, I already know this. Could I please go train somewhere else? Away from prying eyes? Naruto asked, placing jealousy into Sasuke and Kiba's hearts. Don't lie, you dope. If I can't do it, then you obviously can't do it either. Sasuke sneered. Shut up, asshole. Naruto said coldly. I hate these arrogant jerks. I don't care what you think. Please show us, Naruto. I'm not implying that you're lying, but I want to see you do it first, and then you can go to train on your own, Kurenai said, trying to calm Naruto down in case he did something rash. After the show he put on whilst fighting Zabuza, Kurenai wondered if he could beat her as well. Fine, Naruto said as he walked up to a tree and placed his foot on the tree trunk, and started walking up in the same fashion as Kakashi. Seeing Kurenai's nod, he back-flipped off the tree and wandered away to do his own training. Hey Naruto, Kakashi said, bringing Naruto's attention towards him. Meet back here in 3 hours. We've got something important to test here, Kakashi said, and seeing Naruto's nod of affirmation, he waved Naruto off as he threw 5 kunais to the rest of the genin's feet. Use these kunai to mark where you climbed and try and beat it. Naruto's training. Naruto found a peaceful place, and started performing rapid hand seals. Gravity release, condensed barrier, he said, and sat down and started meditating. Naruto's mind. Naruto found himself in his mind as he walked into the pathway that contained the Shiki Fuin seal, and also his parents. Naruto-kun! His mom yelled and hugged him tightly. Naruto never got enough of hugs from his mom, so he always hugged back. Hey son! Ready for Fuinjutsu training? Minato said as Naruto got out of the embrace and went to face his dad. Yeah, what do we do first? Naruto asked. First, you're going to read a scroll describing the symbols of seals, to gain better knowledge of them. Then, I'm going to help you paint symbols around your left arm to make a seal that will summon the other realms and bodies at will. The 4th Hokage said as he took out a scroll for Naruto to read. Author's note. I'm not going to write what's on the scroll, so here is a time skip. Sorry, time skip 2 hours. Naruto just finished the scroll about the symbols of seals, and had a good understanding of them. He held out his left arm, and allowed his dad to paint symbols that formed a seal, some of which he recognized. I'll leave the honors to you. Just bite your thumb and let some of your blood mix here, he said, pointing to the main circle. And then say Fuin. Okay. Naruto replied and allowed some blood to drip onto the circle. Seeing it get absorbed by the seal, he yelled Fuin, and then the seal started turning red, and then blue, and then finally black. It's done now. You should be getting back to Kakashi and the others. It's nearly 3 hours that you've been gone training, Minato said and allowed Naruto to give his wife another hug to say bye. Yeah. Thanks, Dad. Naruto let out a true smile and returned to reality. He dispelled the barrier jutsu and started making his way towards the other genin and jounin senseis. Meanwhile, whilst Naruto was gone, Sakura and Hinata managed to climb very high up a tree, earning praise from both senseises, but were told to keep repeating the exercise to build up chakra reserves. But out of the guys, Kiba and Shino made the most progress, because Sasuke did not keep a cool head and kept getting angry every time he saw that the others had reached higher than him. Alright everyone, Kurenai said. It's time to stop tree climbing and we're going to start ninjutsu training, she said, just as Naruto came back. Ah, you're just in time, Naruto. We're just about to find out our chakra affinities. Finally, something worth doing, but my chakra affinity is probably all 6 due to the Rinnegan. Naruto thought. Yes, Naruto-kun, but this is a chance to see which affinities you are more connected to. Your father was a lightning and wind type, whilst I was all of them, besides gravity, Kyuubi said. Here, Kakashi handed out to each of them a piece of paper. Channel some chakra into the piece of paper and if it becomes dust, it's earth, if it wets, it's water, if it crumples, it's lightning, if it burns, it's fire and if it cuts in half, it's wind. The 6 genin all channeled chakra to the piece of paper, and obtained interesting results. Sasuke's paper burned, Shino and Kiba's paper became dust, but Sakura and Hinata's paper didn't do anything, whilst Naruto's paper split neatly into 4 and all 4 pieces started their own transformation. When all 4 pieces became dust, ashes, wet paper or crumpled paper, it all started to levitate, showing that he had all elements. Sensei, Sakura whined. Why don't I have an element? Sakura was jealous at the others getting an element. I don't have one either, Hinata said with a slight stutter. Then it's either you two still haven't developed an elemental affinity, or that you two are talented in medical jutsu and genjutsu. Kakashi explained. So Sasuke has fire, Shino and Kiba have earth and Naruto should be kept secret, Kakashi said, making everyone besides Naruto's sweat drop. Why should it be kept secret? Does the Dobe not have any elements? Kiba said arrogantly. Actually, I have all of them, Naruto said intelligently. If I said I have all 6 elements, they'd be even more jealous. Why do you get all the elements? Sasuke exploded and started ranting about Uchihas. You're lying. I bet you don't have any or you're just bragging, Sasuke said. I'm sorry, did you say something? Naruto said, taking a page from Kakashi's book, making the Jounin sensei smirk at Naruto's behavior. Calm down, Sasuke. This is why I said it should be kept secret. It's because everyone would get jealous. Naruto didn't choose to have all the elements, Kakashi reasoned, trying to calm Sasuke and Kiba down. Okay, on to the next step of ninjutsu training, Kurenai said, changing the subject. Sakura and Hinata, you two come with me to work on your chakra control, since genjutsu and medical jutsu require the absolute best control. Naruto, Sasuke, Shino and Kiba, you four go with Kakashi to learn each of your elements' jutsu. Kurenai said. Kakashi's training. Alright my cute genin, I'll teach you all one jutsu for your element. Kakashi said, emphasizing the one for Sasuke. Naruto, which element would you like to learn? Mom, Dad, which element should I choose? Naruto asked mentally. I would say gravity just for the look on Kakashi's face, but I'd say earth, since earth defeats water. Kushina giggled. I'd have to agree with your mother Naruto. Zabuza's still alive, so earth would be best to learn. Minato said, earth. Naruto replied, okay. Kakashi said, Sasuke, watch this fire jutsu. The one-eyed Jounin said and started making hand seals. Katon, Hibashiri, running fire, and a ball half the size of the Gakakyu came out of Kakashi's mouth and started to burn a tree. What a weak jutsu. It isn't even as powerful as the Gakakyu. Sasuke muttered, watch the fire closely Sasuke, it's not disappearing. Kakashi said and Sasuke immediately turned to the tree which was still being burned by the fire. Without another word, Sasuke began to execute the jutsu over and over again. Now then, Shino, Kiba and Naruto, the jutsu I'm about to show you is a jutsu that can pierce through a tree trunk, but I'll tell you the warnings first. Kakashi said, the jutsu requires you to place your hand on the ground and it takes a few seconds for the earth to become a spear, so you must either practice this jutsu a lot so that it doesn't take as long to pull the spear out, or you must have someone protecting you whilst you do it. Watch me perform the jutsu. Kakashi said. Doton Domu, earth spear, and a few seconds later, a spear made from dirt was in Kakashi's hand, and he launched it into a tree trunk, making it pierce through it. Now you guys start practicing and I'll tell you where you go wrong and how to fix it. Kakashi said. Kurenai's training. Okay Sakura and Hinata. I've told you before, Genjutsu and medical jutsu require the best control over your chakra, so we'll be doing chakra control exercises until you two have good enough control. We have nearly 2 weeks to prepare for the upcoming battle against Zabuza, so I want you two to heal or assist the others when you can. Kurenai said. Now the exercise we're going to do today is water walking. It's much harder than tree climbing, and you'll need to maintain a constant flow of chakra to your feet. Try it now, and that was how the whole week was spent. The boys doing ninjutsu training, trying to perfect the jutsu that Kakashi taught them, whilst the girls had been constantly attempting to successfully run on water without sinking, or even getting wet. However, today was a day that all 6 genin and even both jounin were looking forward to, the day that all 6 had a small sparring tournament to see who improved the quickest. Okay you 6, Kakashi and I have decided who will be against whom. Kurenai said. Shino against Hinata. Hinata eeped silently. Sasuke against Kiba and Naruto against Sakura. First match, Shino vs Hinata. Shino reacted swiftly and sent a swarm of bugs at Hinata, which she used the Juken, gentle first, to block the bugs and stun them for a few seconds. However, Shino quickly appeared behind her to deliver a punch, but Hinata reacted quickly and used the Kawarimi to switch with a nearby log. Bunshin no Jutsu. Hinata said and 3 clones appeared as they quickly surrounded Shino and charged at him at the same time, and once they were just about to punch Shino, Hinata dispelled the clones to give her a cover of smoke as she landed a chakra-enhanced hit on Shino. Making a bug clone to distract Hinata, Shino placed his hand on the ground. Doton Doma, Shino said whilst his bug clone was engaging Hinata in a taijutsu fight. Once the spear was in Shino's hands, he quickly grabbed it with both hands and charged towards Hinata and threw the spear into the air. Shino then commanded his bugs to form 2 arms and grab the spear in midair whilst Shino appeared behind Hinata, and grabbed her in a headlock, forcing her arms to hang to the side as the spear came closer and closer. Seeing that Hinata had no option but to surrender, Kurenai announced winner, Shino. And Shino let go immediately, and the earth spear fell to the ground. You did very well Hinata, I'm proud of you. Kurenai said, cheering the shy girl up. And you too Shino, that was excellent strategy. Second match, Sasuke vs Kiba. Kiba made the first move by creating a clone. Jujin Bunshin no Jutsu, Beastman clone. And his animal familiar transformed into Kiba. Gutsuga, he shouted and both Kibas started spinning rapidly towards Sasuke in an unpredictable pattern, forcing the Uchiha to dodge carefully. Gutsuga, a voice cried out behind Sasuke and he started dodging the spinning projectiles again. Seeing an opening, Sasuke quickly threw a kunai with an explosive tag attached to it, to buy some time and make hand seals. Once the smoke cleared, Sasuke shouted on of his numerous fire jutsu. Katon, Hausenka no Jutsu. He had secretly thrown shuriken with his right hand to hide inside the fireballs as he executed the jutsu. Dodging all 5 of the fireballs, Kiba decided to distract Sasuke enough for Akamaru to attack him. Tsuga! Kiba yelled and he spun quickly towards Sasuke. Gutsuga! He yelled again and he and Akamaru started to attack in perfect synchronization. Katon, Gakakyu no Jutsu! Sasuke shouted, blowing out a large fireball that missed the spinning attackers and burnt a tree down. Akamaru, Kiba whispered. Go by me sometime so I can do my new jutsu. Kiba said and Akamaru started to distract Sasuke. Doton Doma, and an earth spear manifested itself in Kiba's hands. Tsuga! Kiba shouted with the spear in his hand, making the technique much more dangerous. Katan, Hibashiri! Sasuke yelled and a long stream of fire appeared before Kiba, burning him. Sasuke, disengage the jutsu. Kakashi commanded seriously and Sasuke did as he was told. Winner, Sasuke. And once the winner was announced, Sasuke smirked. Third match, Naruto vs Sakura. Cha! We're up against the dope. We can win this surely. Sakura thought arrogantly. Shinaro. But he did go against Zabuza. Shut up. Making the first move, Sakura sent chakra to her feet to give her a boost of speed, and Naruto smirked when he saw this. So you're sending chakra to your feet to boost your speed? Hee, I'll just let down my weights. They've been slowly increasing. Naruto thought and released his weights. Soru. He appeared behind Sakura and punched her, making Kurenai surprised at his speed. Rankyaku. Naruto said and kicked an air blade towards the pink-haired girl. Kawarimi! Sakura shouted at the last second and saw that the log she replaced herself with was cut into half. No! I can't give up now. I've got to show Sasuke-kun how good I am. She thought and sent a large amount of chakra to her feet, boosting her speed several-fold as she went to punch Naruto. Tekai, Iron Mass. Naruto said and took the punch to the chest. He smirked when he saw that Sakura's hand was all red from the impact. Soru. He appeared behind her and kicked her, but he actually kicked a log that Sakura substituted herself with. What happened back there when I punched him? It was like I punched a metal wall. I'll have to take this seriously, Sakura thought, and started the hand seals for a Bunshin no Jutsu. Bunshin no Jutsu. She yelled and 4 copies appeared as they started to charge towards Naruto. Meanwhile, Hinata was glaring, yes glaring, at Sakura. How dare she copy my strategy? Hinata thought OCLY. Sakura was running towards Naruto in a zigzag, trying to confuse him as the real Sakura came from behind. Soru. Naruto said and appeared behind Sakura and kicked her. Futon de Tapa. And a giant gust of wind erupted out of Naruto's hand and headed towards Sakura, who was on the ground trying to recover from Naruto's powerful kick. However, Kakashi intervened at the last moment. Doton, Doria Hiki. And a mud wall blocked Naruto's attack. Don't worry Sakura, you did well. Kakashi said. Naruto, maybe you should try going a bit easier on your own teammates, he said. I was. Naruto replied and walked back to the sidelines, observing the next match. Winner Naruto. Kurenai announced for Kakashi, as she treated Sakura with medical ninjutsu. Okay, to the second round. Kakashi said. Second round, first match, Sasuke vs Shino. Both opponents strategically circled each other for a weakness, but Sasuke wasn't patient enough as he started the match with a fire jutsu. Katan, Hibashiri! He yelled and a fireball came out of Sasuke's mouth, only to burn a log to ashes. Doton Domu! Shino announced and threw the earth spear at Sasuke. Katan, Hibashiri! The Uchiha said again, and this time, a long stream of fire met the earth spear and both jutsu halt, and fell to the ground. Shino then sent a sharp burst of chakra to his feet and punched Sasuke in the gut, since the Uchiha was too surprised at Shino's sudden speed. Jumping back to a safe distance, Sasuke quickly performed a few hand seals and fired a few small balls of fire to buy some time. Katan, Hausenka no Jutsu, he yelled, forcing Shino to dodge the 6 fireballs, letting Sasuke plan his next move. The raven-haired Uchiha quickly launched 3 kunai with explosive tags attached at Shino, which he was forced to dive to the right to avoid the explosion. However, that was all part of Sasuke's plan as he launched multiple shuriken that missed Shino, but trapped him in ninja wire. However, Sasuke missed Shino making the hand seals for a kawarini, so he continued with his plan. Katan, Ryuka no Jutsu! And a large dragon-like flame exited Sasuke's mouth to ignite the strings and Shino also. After the fire died down, Sasuke dropped to his knees and panted for breath and looked towards his target. But to his disappointment, it was just a log in Shino's place. Suddenly, Shino appeared behind Sasuke and kicked the Uchiha's back, making Sasuke lie on the ground. Doton Doma, Shino said, and another spear made of dirt appeared in Shino's hand. The Aburame threw the spear towards Sasuke, but stabbed a log instead, causing the spear to revert back into dirt. You let your guard down, Shino, Sasuke said from behind and kicked Shino forwards. Meanwhile, the spectators were currently chatting. Dobe! Where did you get those jutsus from? I demand you to teach me. Kiba shouted just like the Uchiha. What an arrogant mutt, how dare he demand things from me? Naruto thought with fury. Calm down, Naruto-kun. His mother's soothing voice made him relax. Don't do anything rash, like kill him. Why should I teach you my jutsu that I've worked hard to create? Naruto replied. Wait, you mean you created those jutsu by yourself? Kurenai asked with shock. Yes. They're mine and mine only. I will never teach them to anyone besides my family, and don't you dare try to bastardize it with your filthy Sharingan, Naruto said aggressively, subconsciously sending chakra to his eyes. I wouldn't even think about that, Kakashi mentally cursed. Oh, how he wanted to copy those jutsu and use them for himself. Oh, look, Shino's fighting Sasuke, hehe, Kakashi said and pointed to the 2 fighters. Both fighters were panting, but Shino was panting slightly harder since Sasuke had a bigger chakra reserve, but not by much. Sasuke abruptly ran towards Shino with a kunai drawn, and Shino retaliated by sending his Kakai bugs to buy him some time to rest. Seeing Shino's strategy, Sasuke immediately jumped back and started performing hand seals. Katan, Hao Senka no Jutsu, he said, causing 6 balls of fire to impact the bug wall that was protecting Shino. I forfeit. Shino said, which brought confusion to some of the spectators. Sasuke has more chakra than me, and my bugs die easily from fire jutsu. If we continued, I'd have no more bugs. Shino said with logic, and Kurenai nodded. Winner Sasuke. Kakashi announced and allowed Kurenai to heal both fighters before the final match between Naruto and Sasuke. It was a good attempt, Shino. Kurenai said. It looks like your students are stronger than mine, Kakashi. Kakashi rubbed the back of his head sheepishly. He knew inwardly that he had only started training them, and it was only Naruto's Rinnegan and Genius and Sasuke's fire jutsu that made it seem like Kakashi was a good teacher. Once Sasuke was healed up and at full power, Kakashi announced the last match. Final match, Sasuke vs Naruto. Ready to lose, Dobe? Sasuke taunted, trying to aggravate Naruto. No. Naruto replied coolly and wiped some blood down his seal on his left arm. What's that seal for, Dobe? Sasuke asked whilst taunting the young Jinchuriki, but the blue-eyed blonde didn't respond. There was a poof of smoke, and the demon brothers stood in front of Naruto. Sasuke couldn't stand being ignored anymore, so he started making hand seals for a fire jutsu. But Naruto just stood there. Katan, Ryuka no Jutsu! Sasuke shouted, trying to end the battle swiftly. But as the flame dragon flew closer, Mizu, the one representing the Preta realm, jumped in front of Naruto to shield the real Naruto from the blast. Once the smoke cleared from the impact, Sasuke saw that there was not a burn on the body. Soru, Naruto said, appearing behind Sasuke. Rankyaku. After that was said, a cut appeared on Sasuke's back as he gritted his teeth in pain. Katan, Hao Senka no Jutsu! Sasuke shouted at Naruto, but Naruto substituted himself with the Preta path, causing Sasuke's multiple fireballs to be absorbed by the demon brother once again. The raven-haired teenager then tried to engage Naruto into a taijutsu battle, but the other demon brother intervened and kicked Sasuke across the field with great strength. Damn you, Dobe! How can you be this strong? You were the cheerful idiot in the academy, and also the dead last. Sasuke shouted. That was an act to make everyone underestimate me. Naruto replied coldly. Soru, and he appeared behind Sasuke, punching him towards Guzu, who proceeded to punch him back towards Naruto. However, Sasuke managed to flip during mid-air to face Naruto. Katan, Gakakyu no Jutsu! Sasuke yelled. Kawarimi. Naruto said, and once again, the Preta path absorbed Sasuke's fireball and annoyed Sasuke profusely. Stop running, you coward! Sasuke again tried to taunt Naruto, but failed again. Shut up. Rankyaku? Naruto yelled, and another air blade came out of Naruto's kick and headed towards Sasuke, which he substituted himself with a log to avoid the attack. This is boring, Naruto said, trying to start a conversation with his parents. You're just too strong for him, Naruto-kun. His mom answered soothingly. Katan, Gakakyu no Jutsu! Sasuke yelled, and a giant fireball came towards Naruto, which he dodged and appeared behind Sasuke using Soru. Game over, Sasuke. Naruto said icily and held a kunai at Sasuke's neck, but Sasuke poofed into smoke to reveal a log, and Sasuke charged from behind with a kunai. Naruto quickly ducked, while still facing forwards, and threw Sasuke forwards. What the how did you know I was coming from behind? Sasuke demanded. I'm not telling you, Naruto said and disappeared. Soru. Rankyaku. And Sasuke's back was cut again with Naruto's air blade. Winner, Naruto! Kakashi announced, but Sasuke refused to give up. Even after the match was over, he started performing hand seals. Katan, Ryuka no Jutsu! He shouted and directed the large dragon-like flames to attack Naruto. Suetun, Suijin Hiki, water encampment wall. Naruto decided to show off one of his more advanced techniques. Sasuke, stop! The match is already over. Your back is injured and you would have lost afterwards. Kakashi explained, but Sasuke just stubbornly nodded. Come on everyone, that's enough sparring for today. For the next week, I'll next the boys another jutsu, whilst the girls will be learning a novice healing technique from Kurenai. Kakashi said as they headed back to Tazuna's house to rest. Over the next few days, Kakashi had taught the boys another jutsu for their element, whilst Kurenai had been teaching the girls how to heal minor injuries. Katan, Dai Enden no Jutsu, Great Fireball. Sasuke was currently practicing the new fire jutsu that Kakashi had taught him. The jutsu was similar to the Gakakyu, but used less chakra, so if Sasuke didn't have enough chakra for his other attacks, he could rely on the Dai Enden and Hibashiri. Doton, Kuka no Jutsu, Hardening. Shino yelled as he slapped both hands on the ground, making the dirt rise slowly, and cover his body from head to toe and harden. The Kuka no Jutsu was a great defense, but slowed the user down a lot, and was easily destroyed by a piercing or stabbing jutsu. Doton Domu! Kiba yelled. He had gotten the Kuka no Jutsu to an acceptable level, so he started to try and increase his control over the jutsu that Kakashi taught him the week before. Doton, Kuka no Jutsu. Naruto felt no need to learn this jutsu because of his Tekai, but Kakashi said that this jutsu would be more powerful defending against the water techniques that Zabuza would no doubt use in their upcoming fight. Kurenai's training. Sakura and Hinata were currently attempting to heal each other's wounds. They had cut themselves with a kunai, and then tried to heal each other with the medical jutsu that Kurenai had taught them. Since Sakura had a lower chakra capacity, she had learned the jutsu faster than Hinata, but once Hinata learned the jutsu, she could heal bigger wounds with her chakra. I'm very proud of you too, Kurenai said. It took longer for me to learn this jutsu when Tsunade-sama taught me in my youth. Kurenai praised the two young kunoichi. Thank you, Kurenai-sensei. Both Sakura and Hinata said loudly and focused back on healing each other's self-inflicted wounds. 2 days later, Tazuna's house. Tazuna had been working on the bridge nearly every day, being protected by a few of Naruto's and Kakashi's shadow clones. He predicted that he could finish the bridge tomorrow, so he headed home to meet his protectors for dinner. If my calculations are correct, tomorrow is exactly 2 weeks from Zabuza's last encounter. Kakashi stated, and the rest of them knew exactly what would happen. Why? Inari, Tazuna's grandson, suddenly shouted. Why do you all train to try and fight Gato? You'll all die. You don't know what it's like to live a harsh life, the child shouted, and Kakashi and Kurenai froze at his words. Not good. Naruto might kill him if he gets pissed. Both the Jounin thought. Shut up. Naruto said coldly, letting out some killing intent. It is you that does not know what it's like to live a harsh life. I won't tell you my life story, but I can tell you that what I've been through is much worse than you. Naruto said. You're just a little kid who wants pity from others and you think crying will solve your problems? Grow up. Naruto said as he exited the house. I'm going to let off some steam. Come if you want to be killed. And with that said, Naruto used Sora to appear in a clearing. Calm down, Naruto-kun. I'm sure he didn't mean it. Please don't do anything rash. Kushina said, pleading for Naruto to not start annihilating the forest. What does that kid know about harsh? Naruto screamed in his mind and started his relentless assault on the trees around him. Back at the house. Sensei, did Naruto really have a bad life? Sakura asked curiously. Yes. Kakashi sighed. It would probably be even worse than Sasuke's, he continued, surprising all 5 genin. Tazuna-san, what made Inari so full of hopelessness? Hinata asked politely. It was when Kaiser the aged bridge builder said a name and Inari immediately rubbed his eyes and left the room as Tazuna told them the story about Inari's father, and how Gato killed him in front of the whole town. Dawn with Naruto. The fake hunter Nin was currently gathering medical herbs for Zabuza's daily dose of medicine, and today's was the most important, since after Zabuza drank today's medicine, they would launch an attack on the bridge. However, Zabuza's assistant found the blonde boy that went toe-to-toe with Zabuza 2 weeks before. Should I kill him for Zabuza? He looks so peaceful. I don't really want to kill him. The person thought. The fake hunter Nin is here, probably gathering herbs. I guess today is the day for the attack. Naruto thought as he faked being asleep. Hey, a soothing voice woke the blonde protagonist up. You'll catch and cold if you keep sleeping here. Pretending to wake up, Naruto replied. Thank you. I guess if I caught a cold, I'd ask you to make a medicinal drink for me, like you are doing for Zabuza. Naruto stated. Drawing Saban, the fake hunter Nin readied himself for an encounter. What do you want with Zabuza-sama? Don't worry, I won't fight you now. I'm too lazy. Naruto said. I'm Uzumaki Naruto, by the way. He said, finally recognizing the loneliness in the person's eyes in front of him. Those eyes. Relaxing, the person said, Haku, I'm a boy, by the way, he said. He's not Naruto-kun. I can sense that she's a girl. Tell her she has chest bindings and that her scent is one of a girl's. The Kyuubi said to her son. No, you're not. You have chest bindings and your scent is a woman's. Naruto said calmly. Damn it. Usually people just accept it. But he actually knows I've seen those eyes before. Haku thought. I see, I shall meet you on the bridge in combat later. Haku turned as she started gathering herbs. I see the loneliness in your eyes, but it's slowly going away. Good day, Naruto-san, she said and disappeared after gathering the necessary herbs. Damn, she's good. She'll be a worthy opponent to fight. Naruto thought and headed back to the house. Yo, Naruto! We're just about to head out. Kakashi said. Leave some shadow clones to guard the house. We can't have our hosts dying, can we? Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. 5 clones popped into existence as they henged themselves into random objects throughout the house for disguise. On the bridge, everyone be on guard. The mist is not natural. Zabuza is here already, Kakashi said as Sakura and Hinata immediately readied kunai to defend Tazuna, whilst the Jounin and the other 4 genin were very alert. Well, Kakashi. It looks like you did some training. Zabuza said, walking through the mist with his accompanist, the fake hunter Nin Haku. But don't worry, Kakashi. I brought a friend to help me after that last encounter. He said as another figure came into view. Kosuke Tanoka A/N. Okay, I just made that up on the spot, missing of IWA, and also a genjutsu user as well. Kurenai's, it looks like you have a genjutsu showdown, Kakashi said. Indeed. Yohi Kurenai, genjutsu mistress. Tanoka said as he charged towards Kurenai with a kunai. Kai! Kurenai dispelled the low-level genjutsu as she started making her own hand seals. Megan, Narukumi no Jutsu, demonic illusion, hell viewing, Kurenai said, and then the genjutsu battle showdown started. Sasuke and Kiba, go help Kurenai, and remember to be extra careful whilst battling, since Tanoka is a very powerful genjutsu specialist, but he is weak against ninjutsu and taijutsu. Kakashi said. Naruto and Shino, you two will help me fight Zabuza and the fake hunter Nin. Yes. The four genin yelled. Sasuke and Kiba quickly made their way towards Kurenai, whilst Shino commanded his bugs to fly out and Naruto summoned the demon brothers. Haku! Zabuza yelled forcefully. Tell me the weaknesses of those two demon brothers and that blonde kid after that last fight. Yes, Zabuza-sama. Haku said with a bow. Mizu can only absorb ninjutsu and Guzu is a taijutsu specialist. Mizu is weak against taijutsu and Guzu is weak against ninjutsu. The blonde, Haku pointed at Naruto, who was shocked at Haku's analytical skills. Is probably weak against genjutsu, but Tanoka-san is already in a fight. Okay Haku, you fight Guzu and I'll fight Mizu. Once we take them out, it'll be easier for us to kill Kakashi and his brats. Zabuza said and Haku nodded. Separate the brothers so they can help each other. And Haku started performing hand seals. Hayatan, Maku Hayashu, demonic ice mirrors. Haku shouted and 9 mirrors started forming around Guzu, separating him from Mizu. Good job Haku. Suetun, Mizuden. Zabuza yelled at Guzu, who had no choice to try and dodge the water balls. Kakashi, Shino and Naruto rushed in the battle and started fighting. Naruto, attack the masked Nin, Shino and I will take Zabuza. Kakashi said, and the battle on the bridge began. Kurenai, Sasuke and Kiba versus Tanoka. Katan, Hausenka no Jutsu. Sasuke yelled, sending 7 balls of fire at the illusion's master of IWA, who dodged and started making his own seals for a genjutsu. Megan, Kori Shinshu no Jutsu, Sly Mind Effect. Tanoka yelled, trapping both Sasuke and Kiba in a genjutsu. Kiba didn't know that he was in an illusion, so he started attacking blindly. Jujin Bunshin no Jutsu. Gutsuga, he shouted, and spun towards his enemy, intent of ripping him to pieces with his Fang over Fang technique. Whilst Tanoka was still focusing keeping the genjutsu up, Kurenai tried to trap him into her own genjutsu. Megan, Jigakuguka no Jutsu, held fire, and the mist suddenly cleared, revealing a giant fireball that was descending towards Tanoka from the sky. Kai! He yelled. Megan, Narukumi no Jutsu. And Kurenai's vision suddenly blurred to reveal both Sasuke and Kiba on the ground, their clothes stained with blood, as Tanoka stabbed the corpses repeatedly. Quick Kurenai! Move! Kurenai thought to herself, but it was too late, as Tanoka appeared behind her to give a powerful kick that launched her forwards. Meanwhile, Sasuke was still in the Kori Shinshu no Jutsu, so he started running randomly towards nothing and started making hand seals. Katan, Gakaku no Jutsu, and in his vision, it seemed that he burned Tanoka, but he actually just launched a fireball towards Kurenai. The red-eyed Jounin leapt towards Sasuke and allowed a tiny bit of her chakra flow into his own reserves, dispelling the illusion that he was in. Quick Sasuke, let some of your chakra into Kiba to dispel the genjutsu he's in. I'll buy you some time. Kurenai said. Megan, Jigakuguka no Jutsu, and Tanoka saw another fireball that headed towards him. The IWA missing Nin quickly dispelled the illusion and tried to engage Kurenai in a taijutsu battle, even though he was weak in taijutsu. He aimed a punch at Kurenai's head, but she ducked under it and retaliated with a leg sweep kick that grazed Tanoka slightly. She then took out a kunai with haste and stabbed Tanoka, only to find that she was in another illusion. Kai! Megan, Jubaku Satsu, tree binding death! She yelled and disappeared into the wind. My, so you know an A-rank genjutsu? Not bad. Tanoka said. Megan, Narukumi no Jutsu, he shouted to momentarily distract his opponent as he built up a large pulse of chakra within him, releasing it to dispel Kurenai's powerful illusion. He went to stab her with a kunai, but was halted by a stream of fire that didn't disappear. Katan, Hibashiri no Jutsu. Sasuke yelled to stop Tanoka. Katan Dai Enden, he said, sending out a large fireball that headed towards his opponent, forcing Tanoka to dodge. Gutsuga! A voice cried from behind Tanoka, and as he turned his head back, he saw 2 spinning objects quickly heading towards him. Meddlesome brats Megan, Narukumi no Jutsu. Tanoka yelled, however, this time Sasuke and Kiba both put their hands in the ram seal. Kai! They yelled to dispel their opposition's low-level genjutsu. Kurenai then took out multiple shuriken and launched them at the IWA genjutsu master. Tanoka dodged the shuriken and started running towards Sasuke, who he recognized as an Uchiha, and decided to take him out before he unlocked his bloodline limit. He took out 8 kunai and threw them all at Sasuke. Sasuke, who did not anticipate this sudden attack, was stunned for a second, which proved enough time for one of the 8 kunai to stab into his thigh. Arg! He cried out in pain as Kurenai shunshined over to him to heal the wound. Kiba! Keep him busy while I heal Sasuke. Kurenai yelled, got it sensei. Gutsuga! Kiba yelled, teaming up with Akamaru to distract Tanoka. Doton Domu! Kiba yelled, letting Akamaru by some time as he slapped a hand on the ground and started making a spear out of earth. Eat this bastard! Kiba yelled as he threw the spear towards Tanoka, catching him off guard. Come on Akamaru! Gutsuga! Kiba shouted towards his partner, and spun towards his opponent. Katon, Gakakyu no Jutsu! Sasuke yelled, his thigh injury healed by Kurenai. Megan, Kokohi no Jutsu, false place! Tanoka yelled, trapping Kiba into an illusion to think that he was spinning towards Sasuke, so the young Inuzuka ceased spinning and started attacking the real target in his vision, which was actually Kurenai. Gutsuga! Kiba yelled. No! Kiba! It's an illusion! Kurenai yelled and dodged at the last second, causing Kiba to graze her right arm and leg. She quickly walked up to Kiba and let her chakra flow through him. Oh crap! I'm so sorry Kurenai-sensei! Kiba apologized. Sasuke, Kiba, buy me some time so I can heal myself. Kurenai yelled. Yes, Kurenai-sensei! Kiba said. Gutsuga. Meanwhile, Tanoka and Sasuke were in a taijutsu fight. I can read his movements. I can anticipate where he's going to strike next and where he's going to move next, Sasuke thought. He had awakened the Sharingan with 2 tomo in each eye, but he didn't realize it. He predicted that Tanoka would move to the left, so he pulled out a kunai and slashed to the left, cutting Tanoka on the left arm. Tanoka cursed in his mind. Damn it! He's unlocked his Sharingan. It's going to be harder fighting him now, he thought as he reared his arm back to punch Sasuke, but a sudden spinning noise alerted Tanoka that the dog boy was heading towards him, so he quickly leapt away, making hand seals for a genjutsu. Stopping next to Sasuke, Kiba couldn't but help notice Sasuke's eyes. Oh dude, what's with your eyes? They're all red with 2 commas in both of them, Kiba said and shocked Sasuke. Finally! My Sharingan has awakened! Sasuke thought with pride. Don't worry. It's just my Sharingan activating. Don't worry Kiba. I can take this guy down. Kakashi, Shino and Mizu vs Zabuza. Zabuza started his battle by creating numerous water clones. Mizu Bunshin no Jutsu. All of the water clones started ganging up on Mizu, trying to take out the ninjutsu absorber as he and the water clones all started to slash randomly to kill Mizu, as he was the most dangerous towards Zabuza, if he kept absorbing Zabuza's ninjutsu. Doton Domu. Shino said emotionlessly, sending out his bugs to help Kakashi fight Zabuza, as he made a spear of dirt. Kakashi pulled out 2 kunai and wielded one in each hand as he charged towards the group of Zabuza clones and started to slash them all, making the ground wet from all the water that soaked the ground after Kakashi destroyed the water clones. Nice try Kakashi. Zabuza appeared behind the one-eyed Jounin and slashed his massive Zanbato into Kakashi's back, causing Kakashi to dissolve into water. Water clone, impressive. Kakashi jumped back when he sensed Shino throwing the earth spear, but Zabuza didn't know what was happening. Retreating already Kakashi? What a disappointment, he said arrogantly, laughing until a brown spear suddenly penetrated his back, making him disperse into water once again. Suetun, Mizu Kamakiri! Zabuza yelled, gathering water around his left arm to form a hard blade as he charged towards Kakashi and Shino with his massive head cleaver in one hand, and a dangerous water sword in the other. Get ready to dodge Shino. Kakashi whispered as he revealed his Sharingan and jumped away from Zabuza at the last second and started making hand seals. Doton, Doryuden, Earth Dragon Projectile! Kakashi said, shooting balls of earth out of an earth dragon's mouth towards Zabuza. Zabuza dodged the earth balls, and made hand seals of his own. Suetun, Mizuden no Jutsu, sending balls of water towards Kakashi, as he charged towards Mizu, to make sure that the demon brother didn't absorb the jutsu as he engaged Mizu in a battle of taijutsu. Katon, Hausenka no Jutsu! Kakashi yelled, negating the water balls that Zabuza had launched towards them. Shino, make your bugs follow Zabuza and suck the chakra out of him. Yes. Shino replied, and with a wave of his hand, his Kakai bugs flew out of his sleeves and flew towards Zabuza. In the meantime, Mizu was having a hard time fighting against Zabuza, because he had no attacks, and Zabuza was not using ninjutsu. Suddenly, Zabuza appeared behind Mizu and delivered a swift kick to his back, which sent him tumbling on the ground. Running up to the demon brother, Zabuza raised his sword to finish the ninjutsu absorber, but a cloud of bugs suddenly blinded Zabuza, so he started furiously slashing the bug cloud. That's it! Suetun, Suryuden no Jutsu! Zabuza yelled, sending a large water dragon towards the cloud of bugs, drowning most of the bugs. But then Mizu appeared and absorbed the rest of the jutsu. Katon, Gakakyu no Jutsu! Zabuza heard Kakashi yell and jumped back to dodge the huge ball of fire. Doton Doma! Shino said and appeared behind Zabuza with an earth spear in his hand as he pierced Zabuza with it, making Zabuza dissolve into water. Water clone. Shino stated. It seems that he substituted himself with a water clone just before the attack. Kakashi said. If I was him, where would I strike now? Kakashi's eyes widened in realization. The bridge builder. He said to himself and sent chakra to his feet, boosting his speed several-fold in order to protect Tazuna. Back at Tazuna's house, 2 samurai-looking adults sliced through Tazuna's house as they searched for the bridge builder's daughter and grandson. Our orders are to take one hostage and kill the other. The one of the left said. Yeah, the other one replied. Hearing foreign voices, Tsunami quickly looked at the source of sound and saw two swordsmen entering from a broken wall. Oh! Tsunami yelled as one of the samurai covered her mouth. Mom! What's wrong? Inari didn't get to finish his sentence as he pissed his pants in fear of the two dangerous-looking swordsmen. Finally pushing the man's hand down, Tsunami yelled Inari. Run! But one of the swordsmen charged forwards to the frightened kid and drew his sword. Soru. Rankyaku. A voice said from behind and a large air blade but through the swordsman's middle section, killing him instantly. Let her go. The Naruto clone said to the remaining samurai. Don't move or I'll kill her. The other person said with a hint of fear. Naruto didn't reply, but just stood there, watching another shadow clone sneak up from behind with a kunai in his hand. You're dead, the clone said from behind and slit the last swordsman's throat, also killing him. Thank you Naruto, Tsunami cried out. Thanks, Inari muttered and went to change his pants. Kakashi, Shino and Mizu versus Zabuza. Zabuza raised his sword to behead the bridge builder in order to complete his mission. Ah! Help! Kakashi-sensei! Kurenai-sensei! Sakura wailed as he saw the approaching figure. However, just as Zabuza slashed his sword at Tazuna, Kakashi appeared just in time and took the blow, wincing at the cut on his chest. Arg Sakura, Hinata, stay on guard. He may come back. Kakashi said. But sensei your chest, Hinata said. Don't worry Hinata. I've had worse injuries. Kakashi said as he leapt off to confront Zabuza again. Meanwhile, Zabuza fled after he missed Tazuna because the copy ninja had taken the blow, so he headed after Mizu. Identifying a figure that appeared to the east of him, he smirked. Found you Mizu. Time to kill you. Zabuza thought as he charged towards the demon brother. Got you! Zabuza yelled as he slashed Mizu, who was not expecting Zabuza to find him. Now you die! The eyebrowless ninja shouted as he slaughtered the demon brother with his massive sword. Doton Domu. An earth spear made its way towards Zabuza, catching the demon of the mist off guard and impaling his shoulder. Arh brat! Zabuza cried out as he pulled the spear out of his shoulder savagely and crushed it back into dirt, as he lunged for his zanbato that was on the ground after the spear hit his shoulder. Katon, Gakaku no Jutsu! Kakashi shouted as he sent a large fireball towards Zabuza, clearing more mist. Zabuza anticipated an attack, so he managed to avoid the giant fireball by jumping out of the way. Cursed Kakashi and his bug brat, Zabuza thought. Naruto and Guza versus Haku. Damn it. Predator realm died from Zabuza. Naruto thought as he and Guza dodged the few Senbon needles that Haku launched towards them. What if Naruto awakens the Rinnegan at the Valley of the End? And thanks for watching my video till the end. If you enjoyed this content, then do consider subscribing to my channel, and leave a like if you guys need the next part. Comment down and thanks for watching the video, and see you guys in the next video.